into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, a very good morning to you. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? 4 days left until Christmas.
I can't believe it. And then the festive season kicks off. Yesterday I was telling G, I feel kind of sad because, yes, I'm happy we're going on vacation, we're going on a well-deserved break, but it also means we don't get to spend time with you. So we're going to take all the time that we can to just savor in this and just take in all the moments that we had to spend with you this morning.
That's right. Well, a very good morning to you. I'm Zoe Brown.
I'm Jamie Lee Domberg. And of course, this morning it's all about Health Tuesdays. And that also means we need to have, we do not need to have COVID fatigue when it comes to the end of year and this end of year feels, because we still have to celebrate this last few days that we get to spend with you.
That's right. We are in the fourth wave and we want you to stay safe. So joining us in studio today is infectious disease specialist, Dr. Emil Reid, to share an update on the Omicron variant and to bust all of the myths that are out there that is going around about the virus, whether you see it on Facebook, get it on WhatsApp. He's going to be the expert to really just bust all of those myths.
And of course, we always want you to engage with us on our social media platforms. And one person who is buzzing to find out all the things about Omicron as well is Mr. G-Man. Good morning, G.
Good morning, you beautiful souls. Good morning, ladies, looking absolutely gorgeous this morning. I imagine you at home are looking equally as gorgeous. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. I think Dr. Emil Reid has been one of the greatest resources personally that I've had throughout this entire COVID journey. He has given us obviously the most up-to-date information, but what we have around us is a community of people who can share information as well. So what we want to do is kind of reverse that lens a little bit today, and while we will obviously be asking the doc all of the pertinent questions, we'd like to hear from you this morning, because I think most of us feel that we're on a verge of some sorts. For better or for worse, things are starting to shift and change, and a lot of that has to do with the new Omicron variant. We would like to know from you guys, have you experienced it? Have you contracted COVID, specifically the Omicron variant? Have you or a loved one maybe gone through that process? We'd love to hear from you, hear a little bit about your treatment, what your experience was like. Have you been vaccinated or not? If that affected it, we're all about the medical information this morning, because that's the best way we're going to get to a real answer. So please keep those comments and any questions you have for the good doctor coming on our social media pages. But right now, let's get our official duties underway with the news headlines.
Thank you so much, G. And I'll start on the national front. After a week of self-isolation due to a positive COVID-19 diagnosis, President Cyril Ramaphosa has resumed his duties. Ramaphosa thanked all South Africans and leaders and friends internationally who had conveyed their good wishes to him. The president repeated his call for everyone to stay safe by being vaccinated, wearing face masks, washing or sanitizing hands frequently, maintaining a social distance, and avoiding gatherings. And then the Department of Basic Education has commended teachers who managed to salvage accounting and business studies exam scripts during a severe hailstorm in the Free State. The storm ripped through a marking center at the Albert Morocco High School, Idabanshu. The storm struck when 112 educators were busy marking the scripts last Wednesday. Educators had to lay out the wet scripts to dry and piece together those that were torn. There were more than 24,000 scripts at the center. Then looking to news further abroad, the Ethiopian military has again regained control of the historic town of Lalibela from Tigrayan rebels. The move came amid an announcement by the Tigray People's Liberation Front that it is withdrawing from all areas in the Amhara and Afar regions. The Liberation Front said it took the decision to clear the way for a peaceful resolution to its conflict with the government. Lalibela, famous for its rock-hewn churches which date back to the 12th and 13th centuries, was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978. Then staying on the international front, the UK has signed a free trade deal with Australia, which it says will benefit consumers and businesses. It's described as the first post-Brexit deal negotiated from scratch and not rolled over from trade terms that the UK enjoyed while in the EU. The UK government estimated it would unlock £10.4 billion of additional trade while ending tariffs on all UK exports. However, some UK farmers have expressed concern concern that they could be undercut by cheap imports. Now, this is Australia's second largest trade contract with another country. And then an inspiring story from our northern neighbor. Having been inspired by an introductory coding and computer science class at Berkeley University in the US, a young man from Zimbabwe is now replicating his experience for talented students in his home country, launching their academic journeys into prestigious universities such as Northwestern and Stanford in the US. Eric Kumalo found a breakthrough moment in a US-sponsored school near his hometown of Bulawayo. Now, this is where his fascination with coding merged with a desire for sharing knowledge and a background in teaching that would eventually lead to him starting Mzini WeCode. It is an education program that has grown from him teaching locals in classrooms at the American Embassy to hosting online classes for more than 1,000 students. Kumalo says interest in computer science and technology is squarely in the focus of young Africans, and added, and I quote, "If one of my students can get into Stanford, then 10 of my students should get into Stanford." The end goal is to have every child in Zimbabwe and Africa knowing how to write, interpret, and manipulate code. On that great note, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour. Gia is standing by with a first look at the sports.
Thank you so much, Jamie Lee. Let's start with local football. AmaZulu pulled off one of the shocks of the season, undoubtedly, as they ended Mamelodi Sundowns' unbeaten, incredible run to start the season with a 1-0 win. Augustine Mulenga with the winning goal in the 75th minute to give Lesotho back-to-back wins in their league after their 1-0 win over Marumo Gallants on Friday last week. The result not only ends Sundowns' winning run, but sees the KZN side move up to third on the table, level now points with second-placed Orlando Pirates. And speaking of the Buccaneers, they claimed their 6th win of the season with a 2-1 win over the Gallants. Then Kwame Pepra with both of the goals for the Buccaneers in that one. Then we move on to national netball. The Proteas are gearing up for their first netball squad series since 2019 and have named 14 players in that tournament squad, which starts in January. South Africa will compete against hosts England, our old foes, and some Southern Hemisphere opponents New Zealand and Australia, undoubtedly the best 3 in the world at the moment. They'll play 8 games across the series, which runs from the 15th to the 19th of Jan. Bongiam Somi will again captain the squad. That includes Pumza Maweni and Sigrid Berger. One notable omission, though, is that Carla Pretorius announced that she will be taking some time off netball since she's expecting her first baby in 2022. We certainly wish her well. And moving on to cricket, the Aussies continue to dominate England in the Ashes, claiming a 275-run win in that second test to lead the series 2-0 now. England resuming day 5 of the pink ball test in deep trouble, in fact, at 82 for 4, chasing a massive 468 for the win, needing a miracle to salvage even a draw. The visitors then gamely hung on to that final session, fighting a desperate rearguard action until ultimately crumbling to a 192 all-out. Jai Richardson was the pick of the attack with 5 for 42 in the second innings. And then Marnus Labuschagne was named player of the match after scoring 103 in the first innings and then 51 in the second. And that third test starts on Boxing Day. Then on to swimming. A depleted South African swimming team walked away with 2 medals at the FINA Short Course World Championship, with Chandler Clough picking up both of them. In fact, his silver in the 100-meter butterfly and then bronze in the 200-meter butterfly extended the country's successful run in the 25-meter pool, having featured on the medal table at every World Short Course Championship since 2006, certainly continuing his incredible record in the competition. Team SA were without the likes of Olympic champion Tatjana Schoenmaker, recently crowned the World Cup Series winner Matt Sates, and several other top contenders unable to compete in Abu Dhabi because of COVID-induced travel bans. I think we can expect a bit more of that over the incoming weeks, but we'll certainly watch that space closely. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first take on our Tuesday morning weather and some of the temperatures here in SA.
Thank you, Graham. And I'll start off with some news. The South African Weather Service has warned of severe thunderstorms and large amounts of hail in the central parts of the Northern Cape. A yellow level 2 warning has been issued. Localized flooding of at-risk roads, bridges, formal and informal settlements can be expected. Meanwhile, the Weather Service also said many parts of SA can expect a wet winter with above average rainfall predicted well into the new year. This as La Nina conditions were expected to continue during the summer. This means enhanced probabilities of above normal rainfall from January to May. La Nina is the colder and wetter parallel to El Nino, which caused drier conditions in South Africa. Both phenomena are caused by fluctuations in ocean temperature. And we now move from some interesting weather phenomena to literally to the dawn of a brand new day marked by the sunrise photos captured by you, our fantastic Expresso viewers. Matty Davids from Gqeberha kicks us off this morning with this beautiful picture showing off the stunning image overlooking the ocean as nature shows off the colors spread across the sky. And then Michelle Besick from Cape Town shared this peaceful start to her day overlooking the ocean, looking towards the city in the distance. Absolutely beautiful. Well, if you have a sunrise photo to share with us, please do so on the Expresso Facebook page. Let's look at those temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, a partly cloudy day with a low of 15, a high of 26. Mbombela 18, reaching a high of 26. If you're in Pretoria, thunder showers can be expected, 17 with a high of 25. Johannesburg 15, reaching a high of 23. Thunder showers in Mahikeng, 17 with a high of 26. Klerksdorp 16, reaching a high of 27. Thunder showers in Kimberley today with a high of 30. If you're in Bloemfontein, 14 is your low, 26 your high. Rainy conditions in Richards Bay, 20 with a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg, 15 with a high of 25. Durban, 20, reaching a high of 27. Thunder showers in Mthatha, a low of 15, a high of 28. A rainy day in East London, 19, reaching a high of 26. Cradock, 16, reaching a high of 32. If you're in Gqeberha, a low of 18, a high of 26 can be expected. Partly cloudy in George, a low of 18, a high of 25. Sunny in Cape Town, 17, reaching a high of 28. Worcester, 18, reaching a high of 36 for today. Sutherland, 13, with a high of 30. And a partly cloudy day with a low of 19 and a high of 34 degrees Celsius can be expected in Uppington. Well, that's where I leave your weather for now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Things are about...
No, I can't go on. I'm starving.
Are you hungry? Okay. Before I hype everyone up about who's coming in.
My cat woke me up at about 3 this morning, so I've already been awake for a full day. I think that is the problem, okay? And I love my cat, but come on.
3 o'clock, that's the time that I wake up every single day.
I know, but it's because you need a face to eat, and I understand the pressures that are put on a lady being on TV. We are loving the show this morning. We are going to be introducing you to incredible people and doing amazing things. And yes, making coffee. In fact, I'm going to be making I'm going to say it, absolute favorite Nespresso coffee.
He says that about every single coffee.
I promise. I'll write a proclamation. Thank you.
Can I now tell you why I'm excited?
Okay, no, go for it.
Ken Wamambo is in the building, everybody. He's about to bring us some Afro-fusion beats, so you want to stick around for that.
And he brought along a very, very special friend, eh?
Which is your best friend. I know that. I know that for a fact. Are you going to have your best coffee? Is that your best breakfast?
Oh, this is lovely. So, done.
Thank you.
Turn off the show now.
Thank you.
Oh, you can make my day.
out with your Feel Good Breakfast Show team. Now it's time to meet a performer. Are you even ready? He is armed with his voice, his musical instruments, and his determination to spread positivity. Rising Zimbabwean Afrofusion musician Ken Wamambo has burst onto the scene with an exciting and fresh sound that is crossing all of the borders. Now he's joining us this morning as a performer, but before we get to know him, let's hear some of his latest music.
Up the mountain, trying to get your attention, but it's not easy. Nekuti nasuri moto mangwana uri chando. I'll be with you today, but I don't know tomorrow might be an illusion. Baby, you're so indecisive. Oh,
so smooth, everybody. Please, can you give Ken a warm feel welcome?
My brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Does he get the girl? I want to know, does he get the girl? Oh, dude, welcome to it. So good to have you here, my friend.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Crazy times for artists. I think in any sphere, it's been a challenging time. But you have said that getting to this point was particularly challenging for you. I know that for any artist, you've got to kind of climb certain mountains to get there. Mm-hmm. Where are you at right now? Do you feel like you're winning? Do you feel like the challenge is still ahead of you? What has been the toughest part about getting to where you are?
Financing the projects.
Yeah.
We need those $20,000 videos,
yeah,
so that we can actually put the art out.
For sure.
You know, in my country, in Zimbabwe, we cannot do that. You know, because our arts industry is not functioning that well. But at this point in time, I think I'm doing it.
You found your tribe, man. You found your people, bro. Yeah.
And you're so talented, but also just listening to that, your sound is so international and so raw. Also multi-instrumentalist. I mean, you play so many piano, mbira, but you're really drawn to the guitar. Do you feel like having such a range of being able to play all these different instruments has really worked in your favor?
Yeah, actually, because I can make a song in a way that I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the acoustic guitar gets me to a certain level. It gets me high. It actually gets me high, yeah.
So we've got to say congratulations, a big milestone, album under the belt. Tsime Rerudo. Am I saying that right? What does that translate to and what's the motivation?
The river of love.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm calling out to everybody who is in love, who has been in love, who is trying to find love, to come and drink from the river of love.
Coming into the music industry, everyone wants to be different. You have a greater impact. Your mission is to impact people at a different level. Speak to us about that.
I think God gave me this talent for a purpose, for a greater purpose. I think I was sent to preach about love. I've noticed that in this world these days, people no longer believe in love, a lot of them. So it's more like they are spreading negativity across relationships which are working. So it's my mission to actually cancel out the negativity which is spreading out.
Are you in love? Are you, before you go to your last answer, are you in love? Come on, tell us.
Are you drinking from the river of love?
Of course.
Good.
I am. Oh, yeah.
You know, I've said the word love about 20 times since I've met you, so you're obviously prompting something in me. I love the fact, again, that you're about spreading a positive message when I think all of us are kind of maybe traumatized even a little bit after the last couple of years that we've experienced. I think people need to experience deeper connections and love, and we're just crying out for that.
Yeah.
How are you going to achieve this on the biggest scale? I know you've got some amazing guys in your corner. I know Speedy is there mentoring you along this journey, which is incredible in itself. What are you wanting to achieve?
So I've recently signed with Nitro Entertainment.
Sure.
Here in South Africa. So chances are high that I'm going to spread this message across Africa, across the world, because the label is big.
Yeah.
I can actually do it.
Well,
The world is ready.
Yeah, keep spreading that love. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you have 3 amazing performances for us with all the love, and we are going to send all that love right back at you.
Oh, yeah.
You heard it here first, everybody. Keno Wamambo, I want to say his name again. Keno Wamambo is certainly a rising star to keep your eye on. He'll be getting the spotlight on the Expresso stage as he performs throughout the morning, so keep it locked to your feel-good breakfast show.
Go and get a cup. Go and take a big old sip from the river of love. We'll see you now.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, well, if you haven't had your coffee yet, now's the perfect time to be inspired because there are only 4 days left until Christmas. I mean, where did this year fly? Which also means there are only a couple of our advent calendar doors until the big surprise that we will reveal on Friday. Now, we've enjoyed amazing coffees over the last few weeks, so let's see what the calendar reveals for today, the 21st of December. I'm going to ask for a drum roll as G-Man comes and joins us to help us open number 21.
Thank you for saying what
Number 21
I
is
was already
21st.
like, oh my word, I don't even know what day
21.
of the month. Well,
Can you see 21? There, in the corner.
There it is. Hello, little guy. How are you doing?
Drum roll, please.
It is my favorite.
It's Buenos Aires.
It is the Buenos Aires, and we're about to make it into a lungo. G-Man, what is it about this one that you love so much?
The balance, the flavor profile is probably on. I know there are so many, and we've gotten to like the nuances of every flavor and variety and where they've come from. The split roasts. This for me has the best flavor and the best balance in terms of its notes. And obviously the Argentinians, they love their coffee. I think more than most Latin American countries, and they prove it in the coffee that they produce. It is of the very best quality.
Well,
Love
it makes sense then. They drink the most out of the whole of South America, and you, of course, drink the most,
probably the
here
most
out of all the presenters.
The South, in fact. But what I loved about this range when we first brought it to you, the World Explorations, the Buenos Aires Lungo, is a tribute to the amazing coffee culture of the Argentinian capital with a beautifully light and a slightly sweet coffee. For me, it's the perfect coffee to start your day, and I will have a little spot of milk in it.
Go for
Absolutely
it.
love
Are you going to have a dash of milk? Look at that crema.
In fact, it doesn't need it, I don't think. Look at that.
I'm going to make one for myself.
Got a beautiful crema. So this is a blend of washed Colombian Arabica and Ugandan Robusta, and it's gradually and gently roasted for a delicate body.
Do you get those nutty cereal notes coming through?
It's almost like a popcorny, buttery. Oh, it's lovely. Not too acidic, but there is a little bit of acidity, which I like. Absolutely lovely.
Oh, amazing. Well, listen, I'm about to make my cup of coffee. And what I love about the Lungo, it's the perfect size. I'm one of those people that tend to waste a bit of coffee.
Oh, really?
So don't give me too big of a cup. And sometimes an espresso is a bit too strong.
Strong.
Here we
That's
go.
the perfect balance. Well, cheers.
Cheers to that.
Here's to Buenos Aires with a beautiful, beautiful coffee culture with milk or not. This is my favorite Nespresso capsule, undoubtedly. I'll even put it on a T-shirt.
Oh, you can make my day.
back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Tuesday. If you're enjoying the holidays, we are jealous, but you know what? We are here to keep you entertained all the way through till 9 o'clock.
It's kind of feeling a little holiday-ish at the moment, but we're actually going to take you back to school right now for an incredible story. I'm talking about West End Primary School, which has been a pillar of the Mitchell Plain community for 40 years now. And they've got this amazing, very proud tradition in education, yes, and certainly in sports. They dominate athletics, producing some incredible athletes from the Western Cape over the years. But they've also got a very proud connection to food security within their community. In fact, they have helped to feed, get this, over 700 families during the toughest time of lockdown, despite being under pressure themselves. And they are now going to be able to feed more of themselves and even more of their community with an incredible new project titled Garden in a Box. Take a look. There is no doubt that the last 18 months have put more pressure on food security in this country than ever before. It's forced us to look for new solutions to some pretty old challenges and ultimately to do it for ourselves. Well, with just the right partners in their corner, the learners here at West End Primary School are doing just that, now tending to their very own garden that could produce up to 70 kilograms of food to feed themselves and also the most vulnerable in the community around them. That is amazing. Sean, clearly you're getting it right. Clearly you've got some amazing disciples here doing the work in the garden, but I can see how closely you work with them. Maybe a good place to start. Explain how Seed to Harvest works. What's the process?
Okay, my background is I come out of agriculture. I've been a farmer for 4 years, and farming for 4 years on a small scale level, supplied various retailers, and then realized that there's a need outside in our communities and our schools that are struggling dealing with growing efficient crops. So what I've done is I took the small scale model that I was farming and I thought I'll bring it down to a micro level where any community, a school or household is able to grow vegetables with the confidence of receiving a good harvest.
Emmanuel, I can see how proud you all are of this amazing garden. It looks beautiful. How do you feel when you take a look at the beautiful vegetables, knowing how far you guys have come?
So I feel very calm because the beautiful green color makes me feel relaxed. It's my place of zen.
So excuse the pun, but has this planted the seed? Do you think you can see yourself doing your own growing, having your own garden, doing this in the future?
I see myself one day having my own farm.
What are you going to farm?
I will grow crops. Crops for vegetables, I will sell it for cost price. Do growing stuff and sell it to people, maybe cheap price for 2 for 5 rand.
You're also doing this as a team. You guys are working together. How cool is that?
Really fun. It's fun when we do it, then we don't be so bored, and we tell jokes and we laugh, and yes, we work together. And I also tell my parents maybe I want to be a farmer.
Well, our box is made up of 30% leafy veg, 30% root, and 40% starch. Also, each box varies from season to season and province to province. So a Western Cape box in summer will be different to a Gauteng box in summer.
There seem to be so many benefits here. Obviously, the practical benefits of getting a yield, you're feeding people, but these children seem to be learning and growing through the process. In your experience, what do they get out of this journey?
One, they gain a skill, because I think that we've lost that intergenerational transfer of skills. When you look at kids today, they grow up, parents not teaching them to grow food. 30 years ago, I lived with my gran. I was taught everything we grew in the backyard. So this is one way we're saying reconnecting kids back to nature, getting them in touch with the soil and with the ground. That's more important.
I love seeing you because whenever I see you, we are doing amazing things, and especially within food security, which is, I think, has a special place in my heart, especially when it comes to children. You've invested in 4 different schools now and a retirement village with this growing project. Why the change up in your approach to food security? Why tackle it this way?
Graham, when COVID hit us, we had to change our way of thinking and what we do for the community as well. And we saw there was a much greater need within the community for us to assist them. And what better way than to assist them by feeding them, by teaching them how to grow their own and harvest and to be self-sustainable.
I absolutely love that. This seems to be playing out on a number of levels. You're helping the community via the feeding scheme that exists already in the school. You're helping the at-risk learners, but you're also helping them develop their own characters. This is going to have an effect on these children. What are you hoping it's going to achieve?
We really would love to see them take home the message of being able to grow your own and living off the land, educating their parents as well, and just understanding healthy food.
I'm now stood beside a very proud vice principal here, and I've used that word pride a number of times this morning because I can get a sense of how much this means to the school. What has it been like growing this amazing garden?
It's a tremendous feeling. It's a feeling of accomplishment, especially for our learners. It gives them a sense of purpose. They are driven by it, and I think more importantly, I think it grounds them in more than one way. They physically grounded and spiritually it's a connection for them. I think they're just one with nature.
These 20-meter squared gardens could provide as much as 70 kilograms of fresh produce by the end of just 3 months. That in itself is amazing. And the schools where they're being rolled out, they receive expert guidance and all the mentoring they need to ensure the fruits of their labor, or in this case, the vegetables. I am so proud of these kids.
What a beautiful
You don't understand,
project.
during their school holidays, during lockdown, they kept it going, they did it, and they're not just feeding themselves, but they are feeding families, up to 70 families we heard there in their community. Techoa from Kenilworth Centre, the team behind it, just, well, this is like what we should all be doing.
And I hope more
Absolutely
kids
amazing,
take
man.
inspiration from this at their schools and implementing a project like this. This is unbelievable.
West End Primary for President. We absolutely love it. Hopefully that's inspired you to think a bit more generously this festive season.
What an inspiring story, and we are going to keep inspiring you this morning. Now, we have seen Mzansi's next top cooking star, Zandile Makoba, announced last Friday on Colour Your Plate with Koo. Yesterday, I got to speak to her. What a journey. Now, Koo is on the search to find South Africa's next rising chef through the extraordinary culinary bursary competition. And we have world-renowned chef, cookbook author, and the owner of the Jackie Cameron School of Food and Wine, Jackie Cameron, joining us now via video call to share more about the details about this incredible opportunity. Jackie, good morning. How are you?
I'm so well, and yourself?
I am so good. Literally, we need all the details because this is amazing. What is this new search all about that Koo has embarked? Tell us more. We need all the details.
I am just as excited as you. This is a culinary bursary competition that Koo is wanting to empower the youth. And we are on the search of finding all up-and-coming chefs in South Africa who have an absolute passion for food. And Koo's mission is 5 a day. So 3 veggies, 2 fruits is your daily intake. And we really want to find chefs, cooks that are potentially going to be chefs, but that are hungry for this industry, for this career.
Jack, it really is so amazing to see this. It's really about opening up the industry and giving young chefs a platform to show their work and showcase their skills. But how exactly will winning rising chefs get an opportunity to kickstart their culinary careers?
Well, first of all, they're going to be coming to my chef school. So it's Jackie Cameron's School of Food and Wine. And they're going to be training so they're going to be doing a year with me, and then they're going to be doing 6 months on a workman placementship with Ruben Riffel in his kitchen. So this is just phenomenal as an experience, as the practical experience. But really at my school, we take it to the basics, like how to make a chicken stock, how to make a white sauce, how to roast a chicken. And we give the students confidence in knowledge and power, and through experiences here at my school, through functions. And it's also kickstarting all the people that they're going to meet over this course, all the contacts that I have, that's really that they're going to be able to fall back on at any point in their life. So you can't want a better kickstart, and this is all thanks to KU.
I mean, working with such big names, literally learning from the best. And if you ever need a taster, I am volunteering myself to be able to taste all of these dishes. Jackie, I got you covered. But what other skills do you think the winners will be able to gain during the course and mentorship with you and as well as Ruben?
Well, my course is a food and wine course, so it's culinary arts, patisserie. They're going to do the artisanal bread, the cake icing, but more than that, it's a mentoring course. I only take 15 students, and 4 of these are going to be the KU students. And you know, it's when I say it's a mentoring course, it's about respect, it's about being humble, it's about putting your head down and really working hard. I teach and train my students. If you just put your head down, you will achieve. And you know, I say once a JC student, always a student. So I'm always going to be about the students' sides. I'm always going to be mentoring them and helping them. And you know, it really is on that side. Also, we're taking it to another level with KU, is that I can only teach the students so much in 18 months. We're going to start doing a family meal every Friday. The students are going to get the KU products, and they're going to be opening their recipe books. They're going to be using these products and developing recipes for all of us. When we say family meal, the family is me and my team and the students, and we're going to be sitting around a dining room table every Friday and enjoying these products and these combinations that the students are going to be creating.
Jackie, honestly, I'm getting goosebumps just listening to this, hearing how you're just opening up the industry, teaching people, teaching youngsters who are eager to learn all about the knowledge that you have gained over the past years with your experience in the culinary field. Sign us up. I mean, sign us all up. Why don't you? But how can the passionate cooks who are watching right now and watching this morning apply to win this amazing growth experience with you?
Well, it's so simple. All you've got to do is buy 3 KU products, and then you've got to color your plate. So what you've got to do with that is that you've got to take a picture, Instagrammable worthy of it, and send it to the WhatsApp line. If you go onto KU Instagram page, you can find out all the links. But the number to let you know is 072 136 9927, and you send your pic there, and you've literally entered. It's just so easy, and it's so phenomenal that KU is doing this.
That is so easy, literally, because I do that every day. I take pictures of my food and post it onto Instagram. Now I just need to make it aesthetically pleasing for Instagram. Jackie, thank you so much. I know you're very busy. Even the fact that you're taking out time of your day to just, again, educate other people in the field. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much to KU to opening so many doors for the youth and empowering the youth.
Absolutely. We are certainly looking forward to seeing the next rising chefs' journeys unfold. Now, again, the terms and conditions for this extraordinary competition are available on the website ku.co.za. If you would like the details on how to enter, here is a quick reminder.
You've watched Mzansi's next cooking star rise during Color Your Plate with KU. Now we're looking for SA's rising top chef. If you're a passionate cook aspiring to be a chef, then apply now to win one of 4 all-inclusive culinary chef bursaries with KU. You'll also be mentored by some of Mzansi's top chefs. To apply, buy any 3 KU products and send KU 5 a day to 072 136 9927 on WhatsApp and follow the steps to load a picture of your colorful meal with your own twist. KU uzogcwala.
your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on S3, and we're about to celebrate moments that matter with wow-worthy centerpieces that taste as good as they look. And just like every other year, Woolies is, well, in fact, they are creating showstoppers. And Chef Clem, he is here to show us how to make a fig and apple stuffed free-range duck that is definitely going to be a showstopper on your table this festive. Chef Clem.
I like how you say I'm going to show you how to make it.
Chef Clem's going to show you how to make it. Woolworths is going to show you how to make it because they make it easy.
They make it so easy.
They make it easy.
And they have absolutely gone, as they do every year, Woolies owns the festive season with their amazing, amazing products. So they've done all the hard work for you.
They have.
They've come up with the most amazing savory and sweet centerpieces. It's so easy. It's so easy. So let's just talk about what we're going to do there. We're going to make this beautiful apple and fig duck roast. And you know it's going to be so labor intensive. We're going to have to...
Cut open the packet.
Cut open the packet. And then just actually maybe... Like,
should I do it? Should I do
please,
it? Okay,
please.
so we're going to...
And then it goes into the oven. And then... Man, it's so intense.
Oh, my goodness.
It is so perfect.
I can do it with my eyes closed.
Wow. Okay, so the beautiful fig and apple stuffed duck, it's free range, which we absolutely love. And I think it's a perfect size for entertaining, especially if you're doing like 4 people for Christmas Day.
I was about to ask, how many people would this feed?
So they normally say 1 duck per 2 people, but I'm like, it's Christmas Day. You've got a lot of other things going on.
Okay, so if this is not the only, main source of protein, by all means,
No.
this is enough for 4 people.
Yes, and then it comes with a beautiful savory toffee sauce as well, which I absolutely love. The flavors of this duck are so beautiful. I've had it twice now before Christmas. It is honestly so delicious.
So I've got this. I just take it out of its packaging.
Take it out of its packet, and then using the actual dish that it comes in, pop that into the oven. Done. Okay, so let's talk about the next one. So you've got to have a beautiful fish side as well. And the salmon lattice, the Norwegian salmon with the pastry lattice is just so, so beautiful. It just makes your Christmas table look so amazing.
So quick question, when it comes to the sauce, because I see inside this one, inside our Norwegian salmon, there's also a little pouch of some kind of a sauce. Do you put that on before or after?
You put that on after. The fish is so fresh, it's jumping out the packet. You put that on after. But there's also one thing I want to show you, and I hope that the viewers can see this at home. Can you see the beautiful shimmer, the gold shimmer on the pastry?
I can see that.
Because it's Christmas.
Oh my goodness, there's a bit of sparkle even on your food.
There we go. So your sauce definitely goes on afterwards. And literally...
Your glaze.
Done. Yeah, your glaze goes on afterwards. The next one is our duck. Which is also roasted beautifully. Like I said, it's got a beautiful toffee sauce, which is a savory toffee sauce. It is so...
Look at that duck.
So what I would do is I'd take the beautiful sauce that renders out from it and pop that in the jug, and you got extra gravy. Done. So, I mean, it's so simple.
And you just use little micro herbs and boom, you have a showstopper.
You have a showstopper. Woolies also have the hazelnut and chocolate wreath, which is so delicious. My favorite thing is like going through catalogs and like, I want that, I want that,
too.
I want that.
So Chef Clem, I need to ask you for your help because I obviously don't have my stove and oven yet. We had it removed and we're still waiting for it to be replaced. I'm hosting Christmas. We're going to be 4 people. It's my mom and dad and my aunt. And I want to know, what can I make that will not require an oven?
What have you got?
I have got an Instant Pot. I've got an electric air fryer. I've got a air fryer, electric pan frying thing.
Yes. The square one?
The square one.
Hey.
And then I've got an air fryer. And I've got like a normal little camper gas pot.
You're sorted. Also, when you see that square frying pan come out, you know something delicious is about to happen.
The potatoes are going to be excellent.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Honestly, you can do this duck in the air fryer.
Okay.
You can do your salmon in the air fryer. So you've got the little gas cooker, so you can pop your gammon in... Wait, no, don't even cook your gammon. Go to Woolies, get the ready-cooked gammon.
Ah, fabulous.
There we go. Put the glaze over it, put that in your air fryer, and you're sorted. If you wanted to do it from scratch, you could still actually do it in your Instapot and then pop it into your air fryer to get
just
that
to
nice
get
glaze.
crispiness.
Yeah, I wouldn't stress about desserts. I mean, I would literally just do the pavlova on the front cover.
Oh.
It's all done for you. So you just get the Woolies lemon curd, get the pavlova, which is done for you, layer it fresh berries, you are sorted. There's no reason why you can't pull off an amazing, amazing Christmas. I know you don't eat seafood because you're allergic, but maybe your guests do. So you get your big frying pan we spoke about, get the prawns in there and get the Asian glaze from Woolies. Pop that into your frying pan, give it a good toss, extra garlic, extra chili. you're gonna pull off an amazing Christmas without an oven and a stove. And I think that's an inspiration for our viewers at home as well. You don't need like state-of-the-art kitchen appliances because Woolies have done it all for you.
They have. So, I mean, for someone like myself that doesn't currently have a stove or an oven, I can still have this delicious duck that is stuffed at my table.
At your table, and everybody's going to think that you're the absolute master chef and you pulled it all off. How did she even do it? She doesn't even have an oven and stove. Magic.
Magic, magic. And then at least I can say I've cooked it.
Yes, absolutely, because I mean, that is the final bit. I mean, Woolies does all the hard work for you. You just come in and you add the love at the end, which I think is so amazing.
I love that you say that. You just add the love at the end. Now, we have some showpieces here, some centerpieces, and we actually have some time to dream about what else we can add to our table.
So another one that I love, especially if you don't want to be spending too much time in the kitchen, is their beautiful cheese tower.
Oh.
Can they see? Oh, look at.
Can you see that?
The cheese tower is amazing, and it's another festive way to present your cheese board. Stack them up, just literally some nuts and some preserves, and you're sorted. Okay, that's my favorite. We are definitely doing that. Also, it keeps your guests like occupied while you're busy doing other things. Everybody loves a cheese board. Okay, spoke about the pavlova. Honestly, the pavlova is such a magical little. It's beautiful. When you walk in, you see it. It's amazing. The last thing you do is add your ice cream to the top just to make it look a bit festive. Right.
And maybe drizzle a little bit of honey or some of the preserved sauce.
Absolutely. There's our beautiful salmon, which we've already made, which is done. It is so beautiful. You have to try it. What else do we like? We love all the roasts. Guys, I'm obsessed with actually going through this catalogue. The gammons are in there. And later on this week, we're actually going to do the cascading milk tart cake live on the show.
That's amazing.
That's another one.
Can we cut into this? I feel like we need to see what our duck looks like. Chef Clem, you're going to be in charge of that, and I'll taste.
Okay, cool. Use my little tongs here.
Okay, so have you cut the strings off?
I'm going to go through it. I promise you I will not give you any string.
Yeah, that's like a chef no-no, right?
No, absolutely. So that's another thing. When it comes out of the oven, make sure you take the string off before you carve. I just know exactly where it is, so I'm not going to give you any string.
Okay.
I haven't given you a fork.
It's okay. I can use my finger.
I know what to do. Okay.
A susati.
There we go. A little duck susati for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much with my micro herbs.
Juicy and tender.
Juicy.
What's
I
going on
love
there?
that glaze.
What's
Graham,
going on?
come and join us.
What's happening here?
Oh my goodness.
Zoe made a duck from scratch.
Wow, Zoe.
Yeah, I made it with my eyes closed.
This is like a coming of age for you, Zozo, hey?
There we go. Okay, G.
I'm growing
So
up,
what's
G.
the vibe here? What am I going to taste? Explain to me.
Okay,
man.
so
Talk me
it's
through it.
duck with an apple and fig glaze
Get
and
out.
stuffing, and it's got a beautiful savoury toffee glaze at the end.
Wow. Because you
Maybe
have
you
to...
just feed your
It's
guests
so
with...
succulent.
Maybe
This is
just
quite a nice idea. You get your Christmas skewer.
Your Christmas skewer.
Well, that's one way to like limit the amount of food everyone eats.
It does make you think like you're eating less. I promise you.
Right?
2 of these.
And
Wow,
yeah,
that's
mentally
delicious. My
after you-
goodness.
How
Zoe,
tender.
wow, hey?
Oh, thank you. I'll take credit for that. Thank you, Woolworths.
It's so soft. It's like butter.
It is. And duck is quite tricky because often people overcook it. It ends up dry. This is so delicious and juicy. Look at you, look at you.
He wants more. Chef Clem, final tips for the festive.
Anything you can do the day before, do it. When it comes to the actual day, you need to be relaxed, you need to be like stress-free. So do as much as you can the day before. On the day, move your guests out of the kitchen. Set up your drinking station away from the kitchen. Set up your cheese platters away from the kitchen. Get them out the kitchen because it's going to become hot on the day. So you own the kitchen, get them to just be happy and away from the kitchen. Talk to me.
What's the first thing that should enter their mouth when they come into your house? Should it be a drink, an appetizer, an eggnog, a sweet treat? What do you...
A nice chilled welcome drink. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. Anything nice and chilled. Just get them to have that drink and then already have a few snacks sorted out
away from the kitchen.
Give them that drink, let them be happy.
There we go.
You can send them a skewer as
Send
part of
them
their
a
invite.
Skewer of
Guys,
duck.
absolutely beautiful. Zoe, you make a good duck.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, G-Man. Well, listen, if you want to be inspired, head on over to Woolworths. You can shop all of these delicious meals and centerpieces, and also make sure you pick up a booklet to be inspired. Chef Clem, thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Here we go.
Only you can make my day.
everybody. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show on this Tuesday. I have one question for you. Are you ready for the adventures to begin? Because the summer holidays are here. And if you haven't already, now is the time to get your kids' summer fashion sorted. Now, whether you're looking for a cute outfit for Christmas Day or a last-minute Christmas gift, the Woolworths Holiday Edition has it all. Now, fashion and beauty editor, Miss Knox Marfa, is here to tell us all about it. And she's looking cute.
Thank you, girls. Summer colours, you know, the burst of colour is all we need right now.
Looking like a rich auntie, but today I really need some help, because it's Luca's birthday tomorrow. So yesterday I was in store and I was looking for the last minute things for his birthday, forgetting that Christmas is on Saturday. So now I have to go buy 2 outfits, 2 gifts for him. Help us parents that are looking for those last minute gifts, last minute costumes and outfits for Christmas and even for a birthday.
Well, Woolies answered the call because, and this is why I'm here. The Holiday Edit is such an incredible edition right now because what it does, it actually helps the whole family. And the kiddies have the most amazing outfits that you can choose from. Bright, responsibly sourced cotton items in really great styles, from dresses to chinos to really great outfits. There's so many pops of color to choose from. I think you're not going to have a problem with Luca. The girls, the boys, everyone is sorted.
I think that's why I didn't want to go into store because it's like, it's going to be overwhelming. How do I choose? What I choose for his birthday, what I choose for this.
But the thing is, there's so much variety. You really will have so much to choose from. So I really think after the show, step into Woolies, you'll be sorted.
Can I take you with me?
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely.
But of course, you came through with two of the cutest models ever to showcase exactly what this Holiday Edit is all about. And again, my ovaries
are just doing this. Should we kick off with our
Should we bring them in?
Okay,
we can bring them in.
We'll bring them in together. We have the cutest combo over here with our younger girl and kind of an older girl look. So we've got our cutie Taylor here in a soft viscose blend here, which is really great, in a jumpsuit, which I love the color already. All the kind of fresh colors of the season. And then, of course, we've paired that with some cute little strappy shoes for her. And, of course, she's still waking up and just feeling so comfy in this. And then we've got a Matle in this beautiful Bordeaux dress. And this is also in a great pop of color. This is also made from responsibly sourced cotton. But what I love about this is very easy to style, free kind of breezy dress. And, of course, the detail at the waist here. So both of these really fun dresses. A jumpsuit, actually, which could look like a dress. And, of course, a beautiful Bordeaux design right here.
What I'm loving about it, besides that it's actually very cute as well, is that it's so free and that it's so comfortable, so they don't feel restricted when they're playing outside and in the sun. And again, it's summer, they want to feel free.
Exactly. It's about freedom. It's about also knowing that against the kids' skin, it's going to be safe. So there really are steps that they take with their technologies to make sure that everything is on brand and make sure that the kids are safe, but also free to play with these beautiful, bright colors, which are great for summer.
I'm going to store straight after because I also have a goddaughter and I think she would look so perfect in this. As always, Knox, you're great. Models, do you want to do a little twirl for us? There we go.
Oh, Taylor's still there. Do you want to?
Taylor's like, you know what? Not right now.
See me look like this.
I'm cute.
Don't worry.
Well, of course, both outfits are perfect for the festive season and will make a perfect Christmas gift. Now, which style would you get for your little girl? Will it be the jumpsuit or the dress? These are the 2 options today. So head on over to the Expresso social media pages and vote for your favorite look on the poll post. Don't forget to include that hashtag styled by Woolies. It's going to be very difficult because look at these faces. I couldn't choose. But of course, it is all up to you, Mzansi. So choose wisely. And a twirl.
A twirl. A little twirl.
A promise to the planet to tread lightly, to act with care, to think of the future, to appreciate nature, to shop more sustainably. Woolworths, the difference.
It's a few minutes to 7, time for us to look at your national headlines. The National Sea Rescue Institute, the NSRI, has appealed to South Africans to be safe this festive season as they travel to their holiday destinations. This comes after the drowning of a 21-year-old woman from Mthatha on Saturday at the Klein Willem Dam in the Western Cape. Spokesperson for the NSRI, Craig Lambinon, urged the public to be cautious and ensure children are supervised around water at all times and not to consume alcohol and then go swimming, boating, paddling or sailboarding. And after a week of self-isolating due to a positive COVID-19 diagnosis, President Cyril Ramaphosa has resumed his duties. Ramaphosa thanked all South Africans and leaders and friends internationally who had conveyed their good wishes for him. The president repeated his call for everyone to stay safe by being vaccinated, wearing face masks, washing or sanitizing hands frequently, maintaining a social distance and avoiding gatherings. Moving to news abroad, at least 375 people are now known to have died after a powerful storm struck the Philippines on Thursday. Super Typhoon Ray, with winds of up to 195 kilometers an hour, sent some 400,000 people scrambling for safety when it hit the country's southeastern islands. At least 500 people were injured and 56 have been reported missing by local police. Many areas have no power, no communication, and very little water. The head of the Philippines Red Cross, Richard Gordon, said some areas looked like they'd been bombed, worse than World War II. And the Ethiopian military has again regained control of the historic town of Lalibela from Tigrayan rebels. The move came amid an announcement by the Tigray People's Liberation Front that it is withdrawing from all areas in the Amhara and Afar regions. The Liberation Front said it took the decision to clear the way for a peaceful resolution to its conflict with the government. Lalibela, famous for its rock-hewn churches, which date back to the 12th and 13th centuries, was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978. And next, a different ending for the story of three little pigs. Just in time for the holidays comes a fairy tale ending to a story of three little piggies who had been confined to a perpetually flooded pen deep in the woods of Norfolk, Virginia in the US. PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, said its field workers visited the pigs regularly to give them clean straw bedding and nutritious food. But rainwater filled their makeshift pen continuously. PETA is the largest animal rights organization in the world with some 3 million members and supporters. Eventually, the owner agreed to let PETA whisk them away to a new home. Now they're enjoying the holidays at the Blind Spot Animal Sanctuary and Rescue in North Carolina. They're exploring open fields, foraging for food, splashing in a pool, and dining on treats like fresh pumpkin. PETA can confirm that the three are living happily ever after in their new sanctuary. May their story inspire people to offer some comfort and joy to animals, not only this festive season, but certainly throughout the coming year. Well, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's another look at your sport with Graham.
Thanks so much. So let's start with local football and Benny McCarthy's Hamazulu flying high. They pulled off one of the shocks of the season, undoubtedly, as they ended Mamelodi Sundowns' unbeaten start to the season with a 1-0 win. Crazy that it's taken this long. Augustine Mulenga with the winning goal in the 75th minute to give Usutu back-to-back wins now in the league after their 1-0 win over Marumo Gallants on Friday. So that result not only ends Sundowns' winning run, but sees the KZN side now move up to third on the table. That's level on points with second-placed Orlando Pirates just with their nose out in front. And speaking of Pirates, they claimed their 6th win of the season with a 2-1 win over the Gallants. Kwame Pepra with both goals for the Buccaneers in that one. And a very exciting prospect on the netballing front. The Proteas are gearing up for their first netball quad series since 2019 and have named a 14-woman squad for the tournament that kicks off in January. South Africa will compete against old foes and the three best teams in the world, England and Southern Hemisphere's New Zealand and Australia. They'll play 8 games across the series, which runs from the 15th to the 19th of next month. Bongi Msomi will captain the squad. That includes Pumza Maweni and Sigrid Berger. One notable omission, though, is that of Carla Pretorius, who announced that she will not be taking part in the tournament. She's taking some time off netball, expecting her first baby in 2022, so we certainly wish her well. Now on to cricket. cricket, the Aussies, they've continued to dominate England in the Ashes, claiming an emphatic 275-run win in that second test to now lead the series 2-0. So England resumed day 5 of the pink ball test in a pretty deep trouble, 82 for 4, chasing a massive 468 for a very unlikely win, needing a miracle to even salvage a draw. Well, the visitors gamely hung on in that final session, fighting a desperate rearguard action until ultimately crumbling to all out for 192. Jai Richardson was the star on the day, the pick of the attack, with 5 for 42 in his second innings. Marnus Labuschagne was named player of the match after scoring 103 in his first innings and then following that up with a 51 in the second. That third test starts on Boxing Day. And then into the water we go as a depleted South African swimming team walked away with 2 medals at the FINA Short Course World Championship, with Chad Leclos picking up both of them. So silver in the 100-meter butterfly and then bronze in the 200-meter butterfly extended the country's successful run in the 25-meter pool, having featured on the medals table at every World Short Course Championship since 2006, in fact. Team SA were without the likes of Olympic champion Tatjana Schoenmaker, recently crowned World Cup Series winner Matt Sates, and then several other top contenders, obviously unable to compete in Abu Dhabi because of the COVID-induced travel bans at the moment. Well, that's where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll touch on those headlines again at 8 o'clock. Right now, let's get in some of those temperatures and a bit of a global weather perspective.
Thank you, Graham. And some exciting space news is that the US and European officials have confirmed that the new James Webb Space Telescope will be launched on Friday from the Kourou spaceport in French Guiana. Webb is the $10 billion successor to the Hubble Space Telescope, which was launched way back in April 1990. The new Webb Observatory has been designed to look even deeper into the universe than its predecessor and, as a consequence, detect events occurring further back in time. That is more than 13.5 billion years ago. Scientists also expect to use its more advanced capabilities to study the atmosphere of distant planets in the hope that signs of life might be detected. And then as we move from space exploration, we maintain our gaze towards the skies as we showcase the beautiful sunrise images captured by you, our Expresso photographers. Nancy Govender from Pennington shared yet another stunning shot while watching the sun rise over the ocean. What a great way, and in fact timing, as the waves break on the rocks. And then Avril Roberts-Retief from Cape Town captured this colorful image of the morning sunrise, perfectly showing off those many hues just melting into one another. So beautiful. But let's look at those temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, a low of 15 with a high of 26 can be expected for today. Mbombela 18 reaching a high of 26. Thunder showers in Pretoria 17, 25. Johannesburg 15 reaching a high of 23. Thunder showers in Mahikeng 17 reaching a high of 26. If you're in Klerksdorp, 16 is your low, 27 your high. Thunder showers in Kimberley, a low of 17, a high of 30. Bloemfontein 14 with a high of 26. Rain can be expected in Richards Bay, a low of 20, a high of 28. Wet conditions for Pietermaritzburg today, 15 with a high of 25. Durban 20 reaching a high of 27. Thunder showers in Mthatha, 15 with a high of 28. A rainy day in East London, 19 with a high of 26. Cradock 16, 32. Partly cloudy in Gqeberha, a low of 18, a high of 26. Partly cloudy conditions in George, 18 is your low, 25 your high. Cape Town 17 reaching a high of 28. Thunder showers can be expected in Worcester, a low of 18, a high of 36. Sutherland 13 reaching a high of 30, and a partly cloudy day ahead in Uppington, a low of 19, a high of 34 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather for now. A final update will be coming your way at 8 o'clock, but it's now time for some music on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, you're still keeping it locked here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are joined this morning by rising Zimbabwean Afrofusion musician Ken Wamambo, and he's on the Expresso stage to deliver the first of his 3 performances. He's showing us his skills on the guitar as he sings his song, Mira Neni. Take it away.
Thank you.
I can do anything for you, and you can do anything for me. I promise to always stand by you. Just promise to always stand by me. Dosi wandine wang no mira neni, wang no mira neni, amira neni, amira neni, wang no mira neni, no mira neni, amira neni, amira neni. Yako unoitase unokwesha meno neuchi dombo zivunzachi kutiru tendo rwako rwakaisa mandiri haruperi dozvita msitare rudo moyo wangu ndokupa sonoda ndoita konoda ndoenda ndozvita msitare rudo moyo wangu ndokupa sonoda ndoita konoda ndoenda Dine wangwa no mirandeni, wangwa no mirandeni, amirandeni, amirandeni, wangwa no mirandeni, no mirandeni, amirandeni. Kutora namu zangu zoita zako rudo kunyora zita rangu mumoyo mako rudo kuita ruvimbo pasina chimuko boane zambuko rudo kusimba newa koya vuvuta mepo rudo kutaura chokwadi pasina manyepo rudo kuita ruvimbo pasina chimuko boane zambuko ndozita msitare rudo moyo wangu ndokupa sonoda ndoita konoda ndozvita msitare rudo moyo wangu ndokupa sonoda ndoita konoda ndoenda
Thank you.
That was smooth. You see, I told you, this acoustic guitar. Yeah, everybody, this is your fans. Ken is not going anywhere. Stick around, everybody. He still has 2 more performances lined up for us, and he'll be joined by a local musical legend. You don't want to miss it.
welcome back. You're live with Expresso, just almost the 7:15 mark, which means it's time to make someone very, very happy this morning. Oh, so we asked you guys how you are planning to change up the celebrations this holiday season with the hashtag AEG Festive Flavor. Well, this morning we are announcing our 7th very lucky winner.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are
So
you
we actually have Lorna Fortune from Gqeberha on the line right now. Lorna, how are you this lovely morning?
I'm always good.
Oh, that is so good to hear. Are you going to give it?
I think I need this celebration in my life. Lorna, you've probably figured it out by now, but I've got to give you a massive congratulations as we start a bit of a drum roll, please, because you have won yourself 10,000 rand! Oh my goodness!
Man.
10 grand!
It's yours. It's yours, Lorna. You get to take it away right now. How does this make you feel? And all because you commented on a post on social media.
Yes. I'm just astonished. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm excited.
Oh,
and you look gorgeous, by the way. We've got some beautiful photos of you as well. So the nation is being introduced to you. Now, we saw from your post that you'll be sharing treats with an NGO and recreating some of the recipes that we've done right here on the show. That's awesome. What else are you going to be baking for the NGOs that you are supporting these holidays?
Yes, this NGO is a group of, an ex-learner. I'm a retired teacher.
Okay.
And he has been getting 4 to 16-year-olds in his area, Shorterville, and they formed the group, The Chosen Generation. And this group, it's got nothing to do with drugs or alcohol abuse, but it's just keeping children off the streets.
Brilliant.
Teaching them about living a healthy life. So they just do exercises, big walks and running, etc. And I'm just so proud of him. So definitely I must look after him for the festive season.
That is just so sweet. What is the most delicious thing that you make, Lorna?
Oh.
You can't decide. You can't decide.
I have no doubt that...
It's really difficult.
I know. Well, I'm hoping that you're going to send something, at least, to our studio, seeing as you're going to be recreating some of our Expresso favorites here. But I'm hoping that 10,000 Rand is going to go a long way to helping you out this festive season. Lorna, you sound amazing. Thank you for being such a big fan of the show, and congratulations on that 10,000 Rand winning. Thank you for paying it forward in the way that you are. You are wonderful.
Thank you very much, Expresso.
I want to hug you. If you were in studio right now, I'd give you the biggest hug.
I'm thinking herzogies. She makes amazing herzogies.
Is that what you're craving right now?
Yeah, she's made me hungry. Lorna, it's your fault. You made me hungry now.
We'll get this as well. Recently, AEG and Hirsch has partnered with Mrs. South Africa to give you an idea of how you can challenge the expected these holidays. Take a look at this one.
And with AEG, we were so proud to be sponsors of the Mrs. South Africa. And here I have Jo Wilson, our amazing new reigning Mrs. South Africa, who's come in. And she won this beautiful, beautiful fridge. Jo, come and tell us about the fridge.
This is the gorgeous AEG fridge that I won during our Challenge the Expected campaign during my semi-finalist journey. What I love most about this fridge is, of course, the beautiful and chic exterior, shiny black mirror. And inside, just have a little peek, everyone. It's the wonderful, cool, no-frost technology inside it, and plenty space ready for our festive season. Thank you, AEG.
I'm not sure what is more beautiful, the fridge or
I know, it must be nice, eh? Sure, the glossy finish, beautiful. An AEG fridge it's kind of like a centerpiece in your kitchen. And obviously, it has the function to back up the beauty. Absolutely amazing.
I'll stand there all day and just take pictures of me and my fridge.
It might even take photos. We don't even know. Remember to enter and hopefully win your share of that whopping 100,000 Rand courtesy of AEG. There are only 3 more 10,000 Rand prizes to be given away, and it could be you.
Yes, go go onto Expresso's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and comment on the AEG post telling us how you will plan to change up the celebrations this holiday season with that hashtag AEG festive flavor. And who knows, we could be calling you live on Expresso to announce your 10,000 Rand winning. So head on over to the social media pages right now, go right now to comment with hashtag AEG festive flavor to enter.
And please make sure by the time we talk to you that you know what the most delicious thing that you bake is, because you're going to be sending that to us. You can find us always all those terms and conditions on this competition on expressoshow.com.
Why not order from your oven? With precision, raise your standards and make it matter. AEG. Challenge the expected.
Well, it's time for us to sweeten things up as we get ready for some delicious festive flavors.
Yes, bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice.
The whole family?
More Crush Mom? 100% refreshing, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, I am here for all of the kitchen tips because I'm hosting Christmas this year. And if you are looking to impress your guests with a show-stopping dessert, well, a pavlova is the answer for any occasion. Now, thanks to the 100% refreshing goodness of Crush, our fruity filling will wow your guests. It is a dessert that is delicious and also extremely good looking. Now, that is 100%. And Chef Teresa, she is here to show us how to put this delicious filling together to make our pavlova, which is going to be amazing. I'm going to pour us some of our Crush Apple 100% juice.
Delicious. This is a festive showstopper, and you were saying that you're hosting. We're both hosting this year.
Yes, I'm not hosting for too many people.
Well, that's good. And this is something you can make ahead, so as much prep that you can do beforehand, the better.
That's exactly what Chef Clem said as well. What you can prep beforehand, do that now.
So this is something you can definitely do the day before.
The day before.
Yeah. Don't fill it, but just make the shell and then fill it before you serve it.
Okay. And then you need to obviously store it in an airtight container?
Definitely, yeah, absolutely. So I've got some egg whites here, and I'm going to whisk in some peanut tartar.
A whisk is always so difficult because you feel like you need to shout at each other.
I know. So whip that up. So you're looking for soft peaks with this one. And then what I've done here is I've made a sugar syrup. So it's just sugar and water, and you boil it to about 115 degrees. It's a good idea to have a sugar thermometer for this step.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do, and I hope this is going to work, is slowly pour this into your egg whites while whipping.
Okay.
So just incorporate it very slowly.
I always feel like whenever I make homemade meringues, as a child you'd make the little ones, it never came out as beautiful and white and crisp like the one I'm seeing in front of me.
Yeah, that one's beautiful. Sometimes when you add something like vanilla, it can change the color. Yeah, but this should be fine. So that's coming together beautifully. And you're just going to whip it until it's thick and stiff and glossy.
Oh, fantastic.
So there we go. Nice and simple. So what you would normally do is just whip it until it's really nice and thick and stiff. Pop it onto your baking paper in a circle.
I was about to say, how do you get this shape?
Yeah, so a little tip from me is take a plate or a baking tin and draw a circle on your baking paper, flip it over, and then use that as your template to get a nice neat circle. And then you plop all your meringue onto the tray and use a spoon just to make your circle. Perfect. Make a little indent. And then you bake it for an hour at 110 degrees, turn your oven off, and then you leave it for another hour. So it slowly cools down and then you don't get cracks or anything like that.
Okay, well now we have our beautiful meringue,
so stunning.
Our shell, our base, and I'm going to help you here with the filling.
Yes, so we've got some cream cheese there. So you're just going to whip it up, and then we're going to also add a little bit of cream.
Let's add a bit of cream,
sugar.
To that. This is not something that needs to be folded in, right? I can just whip it all in.
Yeah, so your cream should be whipped to stiff peak stage. And then just, yeah, you have to give it a good
old
whipping.
arm grease. This is where the gym comes in.
Absolutely.
Kitchen gym.
You don't need to go to gym when you're making this.
No.
And then we'll also just add a little bit of sugar just to sweeten it.
And we want a little bit of the sweetness. It is a dessert at the end of the day.
Exactly. And we're also going to add just a splash of our clover crush. And you can use any of the flavors. I think all of them would work really
Any
well.
of the fruit, yeah, fruity. We're going to go for our 100% apple juice.
Yes,
just
delicious,
a little splash, right?
Yummy.
Like
just
that?
a splash. Perfect.
And that will really give us some of that extra yumminess.
Lovely. And then all you need to do, and do this just before serving, is you pop it into the nest that you've made, and then you can top it with berries, with some fresh mint, some icing sugar just to finish it off.
Okay, I'm going to use the...
Spoon that in there.
Obviously, you'll make yours a little bit smoother, a little bit more refined.
There we go. Oh, that looks so delicious.
It smells incredible. I love that we've added our clover crush.
Beautiful.
A little bit more?
Yeah, let's add another.
Have it poke out like that.
Let's put some berries on top.
Oh, if you want to get your hands on this
Beautiful.
recipe of this delicious crush festive pavlova, we have it available on our website. That's expressoshow.com. And look at this. We're putting on the final touches.
Beautiful.
And this is a
Absolute
showstopper. So definitely add your filling just before serving.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it'll dissolve the meringue. And there we go.
Oh,
beautiful.
Teresa, this looks beautiful. This is our dessert for the morning. There we go. Oh,
Stunning.
This is going to be a showstopper. I'm so excited now to host the festive season. I'll take photos of everything and share it with you and all the chefs that came on the show to show me inspiration on what to make for Christmas. But if you want to get your hands on this and recreate it for your festive table, please head on over to our website. That's expressoshow.com.
Made with love by Clover.
Summer is as endless as you want it to be this getaway season with your Marriott Bonvoy Stay Longer on Us promotional offer. Get 20% or more off standard room rates when you stay 3 nights or longer at participating Marriott hotels across this magnificent land of ours. To find the participating Marriott hotels at your dream destination and just how good things get when you stay longer on us. Book now on emea.marriott.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, singers, we've just inspired you to experience more of this beautiful country. Let's inspire you to experience red and really unlock summer with Vodacom's red plans and some pretty amazing giveaways. So switch to red and enjoy a free one-night stay at any Protea Hotel by Marriott.
Oh,
love it.
There are so many travel experiences that one can enjoy with Vodacom Red, and we've asked you what your favorite summer travel memory was. Now let's take a look at what some of the answers are. fast. So Valdine Fortuin says, for me, the summer surprise was when my hubby picked me up at work on the Monday afternoon, which was my off week, and surprised me with a trip to Durban.
Yeah.
No luggage at all. It was just awesome. I will never forget that day.
I love it. Get into your costume, stay in your costume. Love it. Then Nikiwe Tlamini said, my favourite summer memory must be when I visited Cape Town earlier this year. I'd always wished to go there and visit the many great tourist attractions and wine routes. Unfortunately, the wine routes were closed at the time, but it was by far the best experience to be in the mother city. Come back. Come back.
Nikiwe,
the wine
you need to come
route
back.
is open and you've got to experience that. But I can agree with you so much. We live in one of the best parts of the world, undoubtedly.
We do. We definitely do. And then we also got a comment in from Patrice Reed saying, desert safari in Dubai at sunset.
Oh,
beautiful vistas, camel rides, I nearly said caramel, dune bashing and much more. That is something you need to do if you go to the UAE, is just explore those sand dunes. And if you can't go to the UAE, Cape Town, Atlantis,
We've got a couple of dunes. Yeah, you've taken your little cabbie out of the dunes.
I have, and I said to Mom and Dad when they come and visit, I'll take them out on the dunes because that's something they haven't experienced, and you literally get transported into it feels like you're in a different country.
I love it. I can just imagine your mom going, oh, Zoe, oh, Zoe, and so pushing the line. We love it. The bottom line is we have some of the best, I think, undoubtedly holiday experiences in the world right here in our backyard, and you can get access. Entries are officially closed for the Vodacom Weekend Away competition, but we are moving on. So tune into Expresso this Friday to find out who those 3 lucky winners will be. Good luck.
We're holding fingers for you. We'll keep them crossed and hopefully it is you. But it's now time for some music on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Switch to Red. Enjoy a free night stay at any Protea hotel by Marriott this summer. Further together, Vodacom.
We're back on the Expresso stage with the rising Zimbabwean Afrofusion musician Ken Wamambo, and this time he's joined by local Mzansi musical legend superstar Speedy is in the house, everybody, and they're performing their recent single collaboration called Zumbani.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Well, it takes 2 us to fall in love, and that's me and you. Wanna smile on your face, baby girl, I'm fight for it. You are safe in my arms, baby girl, I'll die for you. Let in my head for you. I've been up the mountain, tryna get your attention, but it's not easy. Nekuti nasuri moto mangwana uri chando. I'll be with you today, but I don't know tomorrow might be an illusion. Baby, you're so indecisive. Oh, nekuti nasima kuseni wangu muka uchidura kunge Zumbani. Waiva paskoro nasi wangu muka washi price as a Bugatti. Nekuti nasi wangu muka uchidura kunge Zumbani. Waiva paskoro wamuka washi price as a Bugatti. Your beauty making noise in my eyes. If I ask you for a date, you know the yes. Usapinde muimo, baby usashandis when ego. Pinde muimo, baby usashandis when ego. Well, it takes 2 us to fall in love, and that's me and you. Wanna smile on your face, baby girl, I'll fight for it. You are safe in my arms, baby girl, I'll die for you. Bullet in my head for you. Like nigga gon' get Okinayo, Niktembise lonke, Lona leliswe. Many times, many times. Uthando alqamba manga, kodwa ngabantu abadlala ngabanye, kodwa ngifuna siqondise londa bafora abanye. Listen, kodwa ngifuna siqondise Londa bafora banye. Nekuti nasima kuseni wangu muka uchidura kunge zombani. Waiva paskoro nasi wangu muka waje price as a Bugatti. Nekuti nasi wangu muka uchidura kunge zombani. Waiva paskoro wamuka waje price as a Bugatti. Your beauty's making noise in my eyes. If I ask you for a date, you know the yes. What's up in the muimo? Baby, who's a shandis when they ego? In the muimo. Baby, who's a shandis when they ego? Well, it takes two hearts to fall in love, and that's me. Wanna smile on your face, baby girl, I'll fight for it. You are safe in my arms, baby girl, I'll die for you. Put in my head for you.
You are definitely spreading all of the love this morning. We loved having you. As always, the legend, Speedy, so good to have you with us. Ken Wamambo and Speedy, everybody here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let us know what you thought of that performance. Expresso Morning Show on Air Street. Come on!
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3, and I think the big question is, have you done all of your Christmas shopping, or are you still looking for that perfect outfit for your little one? Well, earlier, Knox introduced to us two of her favorite little girl looks in the holiday edit. Now, let's find out what you had to say. So we're going to take a look at some of those social media comments, and it looks like Sigidi said jumpsuit. So just to recap, you had to choose between the jumpsuit or the summer dress. Lebo says, love the jumpsuit, it's beautiful. Granny Wa Modiba says, love the jumpsuit styled by Woolies. Looks like the jumpsuit's taking the lead, because even me said that. Oh, cute. So we have our sweet little model, Taylor, here, and she's wearing the jumpsuit. Do you want to give us a little twirl?
Just a small
twirl. We're getting a twirl. So cute. Oh my goodness.
A great outfit. I think everyone's got a good sense of fashion. because this honestly is such an easy thing for kids to play with, but also, you know, bright, beautiful colors, and Taylor's doing a great job.
She is, and I mean, it's so easy, especially little girls that want to play on the jungle gym and do everything else. Nothing flashes, nothing has to be worried about, because it's also the perfect thing to play.
I know, I love it. I love it. So
oh my goodness, you look so cute in your jumpsuit. Adorable. Well, remember, you can step in style and savings this summer because you get 20% off selected pairs of kids and baby footwear at Woolworths. Now, you can shop the deal in-store, online, and on the Woolies app. And please note that today is the last day where you can shop this deal, so you better get going if you want to capitalize on that amazing discount. Oh, you are the cutest.
A promise to the planet, to tread lightly, to act with care, to think of the future, to appreciate nature, to shop more sustainably. Woolworths, the difference.
And of course, just because it's a festive season, it doesn't mean that you can't still be active and get moving with all the Christmas feasting that you will no doubt be a part of. We know this. It might be a good idea to work those abs as well. Now, here to take us through a routine that will get you feeling the burn is fitness trainer Adon English. Adon, we need you. We need you right now because I haven't been to the gym in like 3 weeks' time, and I know that obviously it's Christmas, it's Boxing Day, it's New Year's, it's Tweede Nuwe Jaar. There's going to be no time for this. I think we get the workout in now before we go into the festive eating.
Absolutely, and obviously today we'll be focusing on our abs. We all know that it's summer, so everyone wants to get that ripped six-pack abs, and there's no better way to do it than to get started immediately.
Yeah, but abs are also made in the kitchen. People need to understand that it's all about eating properly as well. But of course, today we're going to be focusing on the core, which will also help stimulate and make sure that when you are going to be cutting and when you are going to be looking lean, it will show.
Yeah, definitely. So we can get started.
Into it, yes.
Definitely. Okay, so we're going to keep this very basic. We're going to start off with the standard ab crunch. So what we're going to do is you can grab yourself a mat. If you don't have a mat, you can get yourself a towel. You're just going to go back onto your back.
Okay, there we go.
And what you'll be doing is just keeping your knees slightly bent. And
okay. So I have the mic pack, so I can't go fully back, but I'll try to go back as much as possible.
No, all good. And you'll just be placing your arms on your shoulders. And what I want you to do is to not come all the way up, but just to lift your chin and your head just about 5 to 10 centimeters from the floor. And you're just going to hold that crunch for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you're breathing as well. And we're going to go back down, and we'll come back up. 1, 2, 3. Now, you can also make this exercise more advanced. What you can do is you can reach your arms out in front, out behind you. And as you come up, you're just going to point forward, hold for 3 seconds, and slowly back down. And we'll do that again. Hold for 3 seconds, and slowly come back down. And you can start feeling your core.
Already feeling it. Like, ouch.
So that is obviously, like I mentioned, it's your standard abdominal crunch with a bit of a modification just to make the exercise a bit more intense. Now, our next exercise, which we can do, is the plank. So we're going to stay on our mat, and we'll be getting into position. So you'll start out on your knees. And what you're going to do is just going to move forward onto all four. And you're going to lift your knees slowly from the floor, keeping your feet on your toes. And you're just going to go straight up. Keep that core nice and tight. I always try to tell my clients that when you are doing the plank, imagine a cup of tea on your back. And you're going to try to keep it balanced all the time.
It better be a cold cup of tea because I'm not trying to mess up.
So what you can do also to modify this exercise and to make it more intense and a little bit more fun as well is you can go into the standard plank and you can go down onto your forearms and back up.
Push it back up.
And back down again and back up. So what you're doing with that as well is you're also incorporating a bit of your arms and your shoulders. So you're not only targeting abs, but you're also targeting a bit of upper body as well.
I'm sure you've done this before, but for some reason, doing a plank for 1 minute, it is the longest minute of your life. People's like, it's just a minute. No, try doing a plank. It is a whole different ball game, everybody.
No,
try.
definitely. It is extremely tough, and I always tell people, rather start with your planks in small increments. Start one day, 10 seconds, and spend a week on that and increase it in 10-second increments until you can reach full 60 seconds.
And that's the same to say with your abs as well. Don't try to do everything all at once.
Absolutely.
Do basic steps like this. This is a great beginner workout. And then just continuing every day, try to push yourself more.
Yes,
and then
yes.
after a while, you'll actually see that, oh, this is
No, definitely. Abs is not something that you should be training every day. I would say that it's something that you train 2 to 3 times a week. Obviously, occasional, do a bit of cardio just to get, some cardio exercise in, and also just to shed that body fat as well.
That extra body fat, for sure. This is my thing. I usually talk during workouts so that I can distract you from going on. What's the next one?
Okay, so our next one, we'll be moving on to the mountain climbers. So we're going to stay on a mat, and we'll start off slowly. So for those who maybe don't have the elite fitness levels, we'll start off like we were in the plank, and we're just going to bring one knee in, keep it nice and tight, and we're going to alternate with the opposite knee. So remember, on this exercise, you want to keep your core nice and tight. Try to pull your belly button in towards you, keep your back straight, and just squeeze. Now, for those with more advanced fitness levels, you can speed this up. So what we'll be doing is we're going to go for 5 seconds, a little bit faster. So let's start.
Oh, we're doing it together?
We'll do it together.
Okay, let's do it together.
Fantastic.
5 seconds, I can do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Perfect. And obviously, if you are getting tired, again, you can just regress and do it alternating one leg at a time. And then now, our next one, we'll be doing, so for those who maybe do not have a mat to support the knees, what we can do is we can do high knees. So instead of going fast, we're going to go nice and slow. So just bring that knee up.
Oh, just up. Got it.
Like that. So keep it nice and tight in the core. So similar to what we're doing now with the mountain climbers. If you want to speed it up, you can start doing high knees. So you can go nice and fast. And we can slow it back down again.
And that's also how you're incorporating cardio into it when you're speeding it up.
So it's all about that fat burning, effective workout. Obviously, it's going to target the abs. It's going to get the core nice and toned. And that should do it.
Do you have one more? One more for us?
Absolutely, definitely. So we'll be getting back down into the crunch position. And this one's quite tough. It's similar to a plank where the exercise is more about holding. So we'll get into a V crunch like this. We're going to straighten our legs out and just keep in that position. So with exercises like the plank and this VL, you want to keep it for more time-based instead of reps. So with this one, we're going to go for 30 seconds. Remember your breathing.
And again, it's going to be the longest 30 seconds of your life. Okay, so here's the thing. You taught us how to get abs ready. How do we get that moustache?
Well, this one, I did it as a Movember little initiative, and then it just grew out, and I started styling it, and now I have it.
It's stuck with you, and goes with your name, Adon English. It just gives me Adon English vibes. Thank you so much for getting us through this workout today. That was beautiful. Mzansi, you have no more excuses. You don't need anything else but yourself, your body, a mat at home. Try this workout. Let us know what you thought. Adon English here with your abs. I think we can hold for another 20 seconds.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2.
Nice one. Hang in there, girl. We love that. So, been connecting with my family, of course, up north at the moment in the northern hemisphere, and it is freezing right now. But luckily down south, it's hot and we are loving it. And we are lucky enough to be soaking up some of the best weather of the year. And a perfect festive summer's day needs deliciously cool refreshments. And what better than an iced tea made with the natural goodness of rooibos, something truly proudly South African. And today we are making it quick and easy iced tea packed full of festive flavour because it's a festive vibe.
It is.
Teresa, we are loving this. Is this the very last thing you're going to be making on the show?
I think it might be, and we're ending on a healthy note.
We really
Proud of
are, surprisingly enough. Surprisingly enough. No, this is refreshing, it's beautiful, and a great way to round off what has been a phenomenal year. So I'm ready for you to put me to work if there is any work to be done.
Yes, please. Well, you are on orange slicing duty.
On slicing duty,
Please.
okay.
And it was so hot yesterday. Oh my gosh.
Sure,
And I was
cooked.
just thinking iced tea would be absolutely perfect. So we've boiled some water here, put it in our jug, and I'm going to add our fresh pack tea bags. And do boil the water separately. Don't boil it with the tea bags in it.
Okay.
Because it might be a little bit bitter. And then we're going to add all these beautiful flavors. So I've got some fresh ginger.
Lovely.
And some cinnamon sticks.
And the ginger is nice because it kind of gets a little bit of a sweat going, which actually cools
Yeah.
you down. It's your body kind of regulating.
Absolutely.
You know, like you used to have oranges and tea during cricket matches. I always remember that. But it's
Yeah,
because that, you know, you need something to warm you up a little bit to cool you down.
That's
and I think the spices in this case help in that
Beautiful.
regard.
And I've added some star anise, and we're also going to add some honey. And the wonderful thing about making your own iced tea is you have full control over the flavors, the type of sweetener you use, the amount of sweetener. I couldn't have done it better
I've tried to
myself.
go quite thin and delicate and dainty, but keep the kind of the orange look.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to pop
Are
some
these
into the
going in the
glass
glass?
with some ice. And then another tip is if you want to add more flavour to your iced tea is you make your ice blocks out of rooibos tea as well.
Oh, wow.
double the
That's
rooibos.
clever.
Yeah.
Seed out.
So give that a good mix. And of course you want to let that steep for about 6 minutes, get all those flavours infused. This is going to be so refreshing.
Oh, I absolutely love this. So what's the vibe, Teresa? What are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm hosting dinner on Saturday.
of course
so
you are.
I'll be in the kitchen probably for the rest of the week.
What's on the menu? Do you take it to another level, or are you a traditionalist? What are you going to be doing?
We always do a gammon. There would be
Okay.
an uprising if there wasn't a gammon
For
on
sure.
the table. And then just the normal stuff. We're going to do some potatoes, lots of veggies, the gravy. So we're very traditional. That's what everyone loves. And then other than that, just hoping to be next to the pool and chilling for a few days before January, before I hit the ground running again.
I know, yeah. I mean, enjoy it because it is going to go so
booked,
quickly.
yeah.
I've been quite avant-garde with my positioning of the oranges there.
Beautiful.
I love the fact that this has got a deeper layer to that flavour profile. That it's going to be refreshing, but there's got a bit of a festive cheer and vibe to it. I cannot wait to taste it because I think there is going to be more hot weather. So
Coming.
I
And
think
would you
we
like
need
some
to brace for that.
on that?
Oh my goodness.
It's Christmas, so we're going to...
Because it is. I was asking Tim what a good kind of palate cleanser or something as people enter into the house.
Yes.
And being a really hot day to help them relax. Imagine this, a big picture of this as they walk into the house.
Yeah.
Sprinkled with gold dust. Absolutely beautiful.
Smells
Teresa,
amazing.
have the most amazing festive break and connect with your beautiful family and enjoy it. And don't mess up the food, please, because there is an expectation because you are that good. But we love you so much and we really appreciate you. So
Have a
enjoy
great
it.
Christmas. Cheers,
Thank
everybody.
You, thank you. Cheers to you as well. Well, the best recipes are always #made by you. To help you make delicious iced tea recipes at home, we are giving away 3 fresh pack rooibos hampers worth 800 Rand each. So to stand a chance of winning, simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages and tell us, who would you share a fresh pack iced tea with this summer? Remember to include that #FreshPackSA and #MadeByYou. And the competition closes on Friday the 24th of December at noon. That's Christmas Eve, but you can find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Cheers.
Enjoy delicious homemade iced tea this summer. Simply add fresh lime, berries, and honey to ice cold Fresh Pack Rooibos tea. See on pack for more recipes. Fresh Pack, goodness comes naturally.
Challenge the expectations.
unexpected with AEG this festive season. Stand a chance to win your share of 100,000 Rand with AEG on Expresso so you can impress in the kitchen.
So that's 10 of 10,000 Rand to 10 very fortunate winners.
To enter, go onto Twitter or Expresso's Facebook page and comment on the AEG post telling us how you will plan to change up the celebrations this holiday season with hashtag AEG Festive Flavor.
And we could be calling you live on Expresso to announce your 10,000 Rand winnings.
So elevate the everyday in your home with AEG this holiday season.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso as we count down the seconds till the final hour of the show. But right now, let's make someone else a winner. It's a very merry festive season indeed, because Nedbank have jumped on board to help us make someone's festive season just a little bit greener. So we've asked you guys how you've improved your money choices to help you grow and save your finances this year. And after hundreds, literally hundreds of entries and some solid advice, we have our next winner on the line, Cindy Lee Fredericks. A very good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Graham. I'm fine, thanks, and you?
Oh, very good. Great to be connecting with you this morning. So, first of all, halfway congratulations, because you are almost there. You're already a winner just by connecting with us this morning. And that's because you gave us some great advice. So I've got to ask you how you've improved your money choices this year. What have you gotten better?
Okay, so basically what I've started doing is drawing up a budget every month. You know, it's always difficult to stick to it, but I just try to stick to it. And then I've also paid up some of my clothing accounts, stopped my cell phone contracts, and just rather made home-cooked meals instead of takeaways and packing lunch for work instead of buying, and it really helped me save this year.
I love that. It's a multi-pronged approach coming from different angles, but I get you. Every little bit does make a very big difference, but it does all start with a budget so you know where you stand. So well done to you. I'm certainly going to follow and emulate your advice. So you've already won 1,000 Rand. So congratulations, you've got that in cash in the bank. Now it's time to find out if you are going to potentially double that money. What I need you to do is choose between two boxes that you're going to see on your screen, box 1 and box 2. In one of the boxes, 500 Rand. In the other, another 1,000 Rand. So I need you, please, if you will, to pick us a box. What's it going to be?
Box number 2.
Box number 2 it is. You have won yourself, congratulations, 500 Rand! Yay!
Thank you, yay!
Yay! I know it's not the 1,000, but 500 is still pretty cool. That's 1,500 Rand coming your way. Is there anything special that you're wanting to buy? How are you going to spend the money?
It is my birthday coming up, so I'm going to spoil myself a bit.
Oh, because you deserve it with all of the hard work you've been putting in. Watching your money this year, you get to spend a little bit of it. So I'm so glad that we were able to give you just a little bit of extra Christmas cheer. But enjoy it and have a blessed time at the end of the year. I hope you really do have a magical time with family and friends.
Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, brilliant stuff. The winning isn't over yet. We'll be selecting and calling a winner every day this week, in fact. So please visit the Expresso Facebook or our Twitter page, and using that hashtag Nedbank Green Christmas, tell us how you've made better money choices this year to help to grow your savings. And you can win a guaranteed 1,000 Rand, then potentially double that to 2,000 Rand. And this has got to be the easiest way to win some extra cash, courtesy of Nedbank. So go into the festive season a little merrier. And for all the terms and conditions, as always, you can head over to expressoshow.com. Well, will you plan how you're going to spend your winnings and how you've been saving that money this year? Let's get back into those news headlines and get prepped for the final hour of the show.
Never think 100 Rand is just a clipper. It's a fresh fade or prepaid electricity. It also gets you a gold credit card from only 40 Rand per month, and you still get change. So, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously? Get a Nedbank Gold credit card that helps you afford more.
Well, it's shortly just before 8. Let's take a final look at your national headlines. Authorities at the Lebombo border post between SA and Mozambique have advised holidaymakers to properly plan their trips, as they're expecting a huge influx of people towards the end of the week. Lebombo border post managers said they were expecting an influx, especially from Thursday, because most of the mining companies will be closing. Some 16,000 miners, excluding their families, are expected to cross the border. Meanwhile, the N3 is still experiencing heavy traffic towards KwaZulu-Natal, averaging more than 1,000 vehicles per hour. And staying with local news, the National Sea Rescue Institute, the NSRI, has appealed to South Africans to please be safe this festive season as they travel to their holiday destinations. This comes after the drowning of a 21-year-old woman from Mthatha on Saturday at the Klein Willem Dam in the Western Cape. Spokesperson for the NSRI urged the public to be cautious and ensure children are supervised around the water at all times, and to not consume alcohol, then go swimming, boating, paddling or sailboarding. Moving to news abroad, Sudan's health ministry says some 125 people have been injured during protests against October's military coup. The security forces in the capital, Khartoum, used tear gas and stun guns to disperse large crowds of protesters. Hundreds of thousands of people took part in the march to the presidential palace. This was the 9th mass protest since the coup. The protesters demanded that military leaders have no further involvement in the interim government until a free election can take place. And staying with news abroad, at least 375 people are now known to have died after a powerful storm struck the Philippines on Thursday. Super Typhoon Ray, with winds of up to 195 kilometers an hour, sent some 400,000 people scrambling for safety when it hit the country's southeastern islands. At least 500 people were injured and 56 have been reported missing by the local police. Many areas have no power, no communication and very little water. The head of the Philippines Red Cross said some areas looked like they'd been bombed worse than World War II. And next, we have an inspiring story from our northern neighbor. Having been inspired by an industry in introductory coding and computer science class at Berkeley University in the US, a young man from Zimbabwe is now replicating his experience for talented students in his home country, launching their academic journeys into prestigious universities such as Northwestern and Stanford in the US. Eric Kumalo found a breakthrough moment in a US-sponsored school near his hometown of Bulawayo. Now, this is where his fascination with coding merged with a desire for sharing knowledge and a background in teaching that could eventually lead to him starting Mzini We Code. It's an education program that has grown from him teaching locals in classrooms at the American Embassy to hosting online classes for more than 1,000 students. Kumalo says interest in computer science and technology is squarely in the focus of young Africans. He added, and I quote, "If one of my students can get into Stanford, then 10 of my students could get into Stanford." The end goal is to have every child in Zimbabwe and Africa knowing how to write, interpret and manipulate code. Well, on that very inspiring note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's a final look at the sport with Graham.
Thanks so much. So let's start with last night's local footballing action and a high-flying AmaZulu. They pulled off probably one of the shocks of the season so far as they ended Mamelodi Sundowns' incredible unbeaten start to the season with a 1-0 win. It was Augustine Mulenga with the winning goal in the 75th minute to give Usutu back-to-back wins now in the league. That was after their 1-0 win over the Murumo Gallants last Friday. So the result not only ends Sundowns' winning run, but also sees the KZN side now move up to third on the table, level on points with a second place to Orlando Pirates, now just with their nose out in front. And speaking of Pirates, they claimed their 6th win of the season with a 2-1 win over the Gallants, and Kwame Pepra with both goals for the Buccaneers in that one. Then plenty to get excited about on the netballing front as the Proteas are gearing up for their first netball quad series since 2019 and have named a 14-woman squad for the tournament that kicks off in January. South Africa will compete against hosts England and Southern Hemisphere teams New Zealand and Australia, top 3 teams in the world. And they'll play 8 games across the series, which runs from the 15th to the 19th of next month. Bongi Msomi will again captain the squad. That includes Pumza Maweni and Sigrid Berger. One notable omission, though, is that of Carla Pretorius, who announced that she will not be taking part in the series, of course, taking some time off netball, expecting her first baby in 2022. So we certainly wish her well on that next adventure. Then returning to cricket, the Aussies have continued to dominate England in the Ashes, claiming a 275-run win in that second test and now lead the series 2-0. England resumed day 5 of the pink ball test in pretty deep trouble, 82 for 4, chasing a massive 468 for the win and needing even a miracle to salvage a draw. The visitors gamely hung on into that final session, fighting a desperate rearguard action until ultimately crumbling to all out for 192. Jai Richardson was the star of the day, definitely the pick of the attack with 5 for just 42 in that second innings. And then Marnus Labuschagne was named player of the match, scoring 103 in his first innings and then following that with a 51 in the second. That third test starts on Boxing Day. And then finally back into the water as a depleted South African swimming team walked away with 2 medals at the FINA Short Course World Championships, with Chad Klo doing the honours in both. He, of course, picked up the silver in the 100-metre butterfly and then bronze in the 200-metre butterfly, extending the country's successful run in the 25-metre pool, having featured on the medals table now at every World Short Course Championship since 2006. And Chad Klo, I think, picking up many of those. Team SA, of course, were without the likes of our Olympic champion Tatjana Schoenmaker, recently crowned World Cup Series winner Matt Sates, and then several other top contenders still unable to compete in Abu Dhabi because of the COVID-19 induced travel bans. Well, let's hope that those travel bans don't affect too many more of our sporting occasions over the coming weeks, but that's a wrap of your sport for this Tuesday morning. Let's get one last look at the weather and some of the temperatures we can expect today.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Now, the South African Weather Service has warned of severe thunderstorms and large amounts of hail for the central parts of the Northern Cape. A yellow level 2 warning has been issued. Localized flooding of at-risk roads, bridges, formal and informal settlements can be expected. Meanwhile, the Weather Service also said many parts of South Africa can expect a wet winter with above average rainfall predicted well into the new year. Now, this as La Nina conditions were expected to continue during the summer. This means enhanced probabilities of above normal rainfall from January to May. La Nina is the colder and wetter parallel to El Nino, which causes dry conditions in southern Africa. Now, both phenomena are caused by fluctuations in ocean temperatures. Then we move from interesting weather phenomena to the dawn of a new day marked by the sunrise photos captured by you, the fantastic Expresso viewers. Now, Matty Davids from Gqeberha captured this picture-perfect shot, showing off the stunning shot overlooking the ocean as nature shows off with the colours spread across the sky. Then Michelle Bessick from Cape Town also shared this peaceful start to her day overlooking the ocean, looking toward the city in the distance. Nancy Governor from Pennington also shared yet another stunning shot while watching the sun rise over the ocean. What great timing as the wave breaks on the rocks. And then Avril Roberts Retief from Cape Town as well captured the colours in the morning sunrise, perfectly showing off those many hues just melting into one another. Please keep them coming. Who knows, you might get a young feature on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But right now, here's a final look at the temperatures for today. For you, Polokwane, it is a low of 15. That will peak at 26. If you do find yourself in Umbombela, do expect partly cloudy conditions that will range from 18 to 26 as well. Pretoria, thunder showers are coming your way with a minimum of 17 and a maximum of 25, as well as Johannesburg can be seen with a low of 15 and a high of 23. For you, Mahikeng, it is a low of 17 and a high of 26, as well as Klerksdorp can be seen with a minimum of 16 and a maximum of 27. Kimberley, 17:30. Bloemfontein, for you, it is 14:26. And if you do find yourself in Richards Bay today, do expect a 60% chance of rain with a low of 20 and a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg, for you, it is 15:25 with an 80% chance of rain. Durban as well can be seen with a low of 20 and a high of 27. Mthatha, for you, it is 15:28. East London following with a low of 19 and a high of 26, as well as Cradock can be seen with a 56% chance of rain today that will range from 16 to 32. Gqeberha, for you, 18:26. George, 18:25. The mother city, Cape Town, can expect a range of 17 that will peak at 28, as well as Worcester, 18:36. Sutherland, for you, it is 13:30. And then last but definitely not least, partly cloudy conditions for Uppington today that will range from 19 to 34. And on that note, that is where I leave your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Yep, time now to delve into medical matters. The doctor is in the house, and we're going to, I don't want to say have a little bit of fun, but we're going to play a very interesting game with him this morning to find out more about the new Omicron variant of COVID-19. Dr. Emil Reed is here, and of course, we've been getting so many questions from you guys. So we thought, before we delve into a deeper discussion, let's dispel some of the myths of COVID-19 that are doing the circulation at the moment. Now, please, all the scenarios that we're going to be mentioning, all based on frequently asked questions about COVID-19 from our Facebook page. So this is what y'all have been wanting to find out. So if you will please indulge us, Dr. Emil Reed, we're going to play a little game of true or false.
There we go. Fantastic. I'll start off with the first question we've been getting on Facebook. Omicron is more severe than previous COVID-19 variations. True or false?
False. We actually don't know that yet. We need to allow more time.
Okay.
But we think it's less.
Yes.
I can say things like that because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. Can children get COVID?
Yes.
True.
True. Quarantine time, if you contracted the virus, is 10 days?
It's actually being revisited.
Okay.
It's probably going to be less, particularly in vaccinated individuals. Might be shorter, 5 days. And in asymptomatic individuals in the healthcare setup, after testing positive and being fully vaccinated, they might not have to isolate.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow. Times there are changing. I love it. COVID virus is spread through food items.
False.
That is a false.
That's lucky.
It is airborne.
Okay.
A negative COVID test means you are safe, i.e. immune.
No, it's false. A negative test, depending on which test you use, PCR meaning you test for the virus, and then we also get rapid antigen test where you test for the antigen. So if it's negative, it might mean you are busy developing the disease or you have been through the disease already.
Okay. Supplements can protect us from getting COVID-19.
That's a difficult one because supplements can assist our immune system, but it cannot protect us.
There's only one thing. There's only one thing.
Exactly.
And it starts with a V. Come on.
Yeah. So this question we got on Facebook saying, getting vaccinated will protect you from getting other COVID-19 variants.
False. You can get other variants, and remember, the vaccines are by no means perfect and have been developed to protect us against illness,
more severe
complications, hospitalizations, and death. So, of course, even if you're vaccinated, you can be reinfected, as we currently experiencing with Omicron.
So once you get COVID-19, you can't get it again.
False.
I've heard of people that are diagnosed twice. Now, I think on their third isolation.
Time, yeah. Laughing it off.
Exactly.
Herd immunity will end the COVID-19 pandemic. True or false?
False. There's no such thing as herd immunity anymore because of the variants that are developing. So it's just resetting the goalpost. Every time we think we're on top of it, it's just resetting the goalpost again. So the answer is false.
False.
And we are left with the challenge of trying to figure out another creative name like Omicron. Ivermectin cures COVID-19.
It's false.
False.
There's been numerous studies, numerous meta-analyses that have disproved that ivermectin has any effect on COVID. There was one positive meta-analysis that did show there might be some benefit, but it was retracted a few weeks after publication as the results were not true.
Okay.
Notice how the press didn't jump on that one.
Exactly. Page 10.
My word, okay.
Doc, we still have a few more questions. I'm going to ask you one more. Inhaling steam will protect you from getting COVID-19.
Obviously.
False. Inhaling steam might actually induce coughing fits, which can assist with spreading of COVID-19.
Okay.
So be careful.
Wow. So be careful. And I had a ton of other questions here relating to wearing masks. I'm going to just say wear a mask all the time. Just do it. Buddy, I feel like we tested you a little bit with that one. There were some grey areas there. But hopefully that has answered some of your questions at home. Don't worry, we're going to continue the conversation right now. Dr. Emile Reid is not going anywhere. We are talking specifically this morning about the new Omicron variant, what we know about this new variant at this stage. I know we're still answering and finding out more questions every day, but hopefully we'll have some of those answers for you.
Comply with the POPI Act by decommissioning your company's IT assets as safely and responsibly as the biggest banks, insurance and auditing firms. Universe Direct is South Africa's largest distributor of refurbished IT equipment. From our factory to your door, anywhere in the universe, direct.
Tuesdays here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're talking all about the Omicron variant. Now, while there is definitely progress with the total amount of vaccines administered, only 26.3% of the population is fully vaccinated. Of course, with festive season approaching, as well as many planning on seeing their loved ones, we thought it would be a good time and idea to catch up with Dr. Emil Reid on the latest developments when it comes to COVID-19. So if you have any questions or myths that you want us to debunk regarding COVID-19 and safety during this festive period, just head on over to the Expresso Facebook page to ask away. Doctor, so good to have you with us this morning.
Super.
Thanks for indulging us with a little game of true and false. I think we're going to do that maybe every week because we see generally the same questions. Unfortunately, yes, we know that COVID has become completely politicized. So, you know, the way that the press features it isn't necessarily being led by the medical discoveries, but rather how, you know, the political kind of knock-on effect. Okay, so we get that. So we find it vital at least once a week to get in a bit of an update and a check-in, and especially with Omicron, because there's been so many conflicting news reports. Is it more severe? Is it weaker? Is it heavier? Is it more transmissible? What does it actually mean? Is it the death roll of the virus? Are we seeing it work its way out? So let's start with, I think, something at the heart of all of these new variants, the fact that we are getting new variants. What is causing this virus to keep mutating?
Well, it's a normal phenomena. And what viruses do, viruses are quite stupid. and what happens every time they replicate, they make errors. So they're quite error-prone with regards to their genetic material, which actually lead to mutations and variants developing. The other thing that is important is that, remember, it's survival of the fittest, and every coronavirus needs to survive and they need to adapt. So if we do something, they will try something else to actually get around that. So they need to survive. Hence the reason for them to adapt. Hence the reason for them to develop mutants. So it's a normal process with all viruses.
They just happen to do it so much faster than any other species.
Well, HIV actually does it even
quicker.
Faster than coronaviruses.
Excuse me butting in here, because, and this is my pseudo, not so intellectual brain kicking in here, but surely if a virus needs to survive, it can't keep killing its host. So it would almost seem logical that it would become more transmissible and less effective in its space. So we get to a point. Is this where we went with the flu? Is this kind of the virus starting to normalize, or are we likely to see a few more variants kind of coming out?
Well, exactly that. Remember that not all variants means that the virus is getting stronger. The virus wants to survive, and sometimes we find that a variant which might be more transmissible might be less dangerous. So that's the one thing that developed. And if one go and look at previous pandemics, all of those have changed into what we call an endemic disease, where the host and the virus can live together in absolute harmony. And that is what we are hoping will happen with COVID as well. So the comment you just made is absolutely correct.
So it's not too far off. Wow.
Doctor, there's a hot topic of debate right now that, you know, vaccinated and unvaccinated people are contributing to this mutation. Is that true? Are unvaccinated people actually putting people at risk with not getting vaccinated, and this is allowing the variant to then mutate as well?
Well, you know, it's a difficult answer, because obviously it's quite sensitive and you don't want to take sides. But the reality of the matter is, if the virus continues to spread, mutations can develop, which means that if somebody is vaccinated and they test positive with a PCR test, and you do something in their throat that we call the virus load. The virus load is quite low, and if the virus load is low, it actually makes it less likely for you to transmit that virus. Hence the reason for people who test positive but are vaccinated to be less likely to spread the virus. So the lower the virus load, the lower the amount of mutations. The higher the virus load, the more likely to actually spread the virus, and the more likely that you will get mutants and you will get variants
and also more likely
where I'm going.
It'll be a more severe reaction to that.
Exactly.
Really interesting, and I suppose it's quite interesting to overlay what we're finding out now with what we found out in the past with HIV and AIDS, and to see how we've gotten to that point and the amazing progress we've made there does give me some hope. But so many questions still remain about Omicron, the new variant. Is it more dangerous? What do we know about it right now? Dr. Emil's going to give us the latest that he knows. We understand that this is a constantly evolving story, so please, nothing is gospel. We are simply trying to find the clearest way through all of this, but we are talking Omicron in just a moment. Stick around.
Oh, thank you, team. Well, I don't know if you knew this, but the word mayonnaise first appeared in a cookbook in the year 1815. Now, since then, people have been using it in all sorts of dishes, from toppings and dips to sandwiches and salad sauces, even desserts. Now, if you don't believe me, today we're going to be proving it with a delicious Be Well mayo chocolate cake. And I'm going to ask Jamie to come and join me in the kitchen, because this is a delicious recipe that is definitely made for two. So Jamie's grabbing herself an apron, and I'm going to start off with our wet ingredients. So over here I have my eggs. I'm going to whisk it with a little bit of sugar. I'm just adding that together.
Sorry about that, so I was literally deep in conversation with Dr. Emil Reed right now. He has so much knowledge and just about the Omicron variant and all the questions. Like, I literally feel like he's that on-hand doctor. Like, okay, so tell me more. So what? So
I'm here now. All the information. So I'm in the process of mixing all of my wet ingredients. So I've mixed our eggs and sugar together. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of water, and then also mixing in our vanilla essence. Now in front of you, you've got our cake tin, and I'm going to ask you to use our Be Well cooking spray.
Canola baking spray. Love this. I use this every day.
Just grease our pan for us. And then I'm also going to be using our Be Well thick and creamy mayonnaise. Well, this will definitely excite your palate. So we're adding a cup, and this is going to be a great fat substitute. I'm going to ask you to please scoop
a cup into
two of those for me.
Got it.
Mixing here, and then we're going to mix that into our wet ingredients.
And
now,
this, of course, is going to add like nice moisture to the cake.
Definitely, definitely. And what's amazing is this one is vegan. It is, you know, we are using one that is deliciously rich and savory. This mayo is also ideal. I need another cup from you. There we go.
Another one. I can do another one for you.
Another one for me.
So you said it was vegan. Love that.
And it's naturally gluten-free.
Perfect. It's going to add nice little zing to the chocolate cake. And I have another one for you.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Now, I'm going to put you in charge of mixing our dry ingredients together. So you've got some flour there, a little bit of cocoa, some baking powder, as well as
some salt.
A little bit of salt, just a hint of salt.
Got it. And then I think we've used
We've used everything.
We've used everything. It's okay.
We're going to mix it all together now.
We'll mix it all together. So I'm using all the dry ingredients, putting that in, and this is going to be, again, the base for the chocolate cake. Love this.
So now you're going to make a little bit of a hole. I actually feel like we should be doing that in here.
Okay.
I think
I'm going to follow you.
My bowl's bigger. I feel like we need to work it this way.
Okay, so I'll throw mine over into yours.
Yes, I think ideally it should be the other way around.
Other way around.
I'll keep mixing because we've got the bigger bowl.
There you go.
You'll mix until it's a nice, smooth batter with no lumps.
Do you eat the batter just like that? Because I know you love raw things.
I have a weakness for trying raw ingredients. I love tasting, you know, batters and dough.
So this is heaven for you right now.
And this is going to be delicious. I mean, if you're one of those kids that love licking out the bowl after mom's made a delicious cake batter, then yeah, I can't wait to try this one.
So last week, actually, I was actually going to bake for Luca's birthday, and then I tried last week, and it was an epic fail, but we got to eat the batter. So
you got to eat the batter.
That was the best part of it. I'm definitely not cooking. I'm definitely not baking for his birthday tomorrow, so thank you, Auntie Zoe. I'm going to take this for Luca's.
So we obviously preheat our oven for 180 degrees, and then we're going to add this to our already sprayed cooked tin, baked tin, and then add it to the oven for about 25 minutes. Okay. So obviously, naturally, you won't waste, but you know I want to lick the bowl, so I'll just do that.
This is exactly why we have you in the kitchen, and then just pop that into the oven.
Pop it into the oven, and then look, you can put a nice little chocolate ganache over it. We've sprinkled some beautiful little flakes. It looks amazing.
I'm definitely going to take that one home. I promise you, I'm going to put L-U-C-A on the front there, and I'll pretend
You're
tomorrow.
going to claim that Mama made this?
No, I'll say Auntie Zozo made it for you. So Luca will be so happy. Thank you so much for teaching me this one. Mine did not come out like this. It's because I didn't go onto the website, expressoshow.com, but you can do that. You can actually go onto the website and actually learn how to make this step by step. So thank you so much.
There we go. And of course, Be Well is encouraging you to live a healthier lifestyle and wants to reward you for making the right choices. Now, they're giving away one 10,000 Rand grocery voucher and 4 1,000 Rand grocery vouchers between now and the end of Feb 2022. To stand a chance to win one of these amazing prizes, simply buy a product in the Be Well olive oil range, then direct message your name and till slipped to Be Well's Facebook page. Those T's and C's can be found on bewellfoods.co.za. And if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, we have it available on our website, expressoshow.com.
Should I give you the spoon for you to
Yes, please.
Golden Cloud and Beacon are on the search for South Africa's best baking duo this holiday season. So grab your son, daughter, grandchild, nephew or niece and start creating in the kitchen. To enter, look out for our weekly holiday baking inspiration on air and on our social pages. Create your own special bake with Golden Cloud and Beacon treats, take a picture and share it on the Golden Baker Search Junior Edition competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages or on our website using the hashtag Golden Baker Search. Tell us why you are SA's best baking duo. You could be one of the 5 finalists competing on TV for the grand prize worth 35,000 Rand. Let's create together with the Golden Baker Search Junior Edition on Expresso Morning Show. Brought to you by Golden Cloud and Beacon. Entries have been extended to the 23rd of December. 5 finalists, 1 winning duo to be crowned live on Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We are continuing your health discussions here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And of course, our whole world was really turned upside down when coronavirus made its debut 2 years ago. Can you believe it? 2 years ago. With the festive season upon us and a new variant making its way through the population, we thought it would be wise to bring back our favorite infectious disease expert, Dr. Emil Reed, to give us the lowdown on the latest updates. So if you have any questions regarding COVID and safety during this festive period, head on over to the Expresso Facebook page to ask away. We will be addressing your concerns in the third part of today's medical discussion.
And he can answer anything, or at least he'll try. He's proven that much on the show, he'll try. But I don't know if you remember, when it first broke in Madrid, and you sat down on this couch, well, not this very couch, but a similar sort of couch, and I asked you off the record, what must I brace for here? And you looked me dead in the eye and you said, write this year off. In fact, write the next couple of years off.
Exactly.
And I didn't believe you. So I apologize for that. Because you've proven yourself to be completely right on every account here. And I suppose it's because you're working in the front line. So this is more of an opinion than it is a scientific fact.
Absolutely.
Do you think we overreacted, when I say we, collectively, humanity, with the emergence of Omicron? I say this because I haven't seen my kids in 2 months because they're stuck in the UK.
Yeah.
It's not just an inconvenience. This has shattered families all over the world. Have we got it right? Are we getting it right? Are we too extreme because we're just so used to being extreme? How do you feel about the way we've reacted to Omicron?
I think we did overreact, number one. And number two, I believe the communication of those results were also done wrong. Because as soon as those results were released and shared with the world, people had a knee-jerk reaction and they said, let's close the borders. And by which time Omicron was already
It had already been there, yeah.
And as we said, we have the best surveillance team probably in the world.
Well, hence why we discovered it first.
Hence the reason why we
should
have
have kept quiet.
discovered all the others as well. So transparency is absolutely correct. And the knee-jerk reaction was absolutely wrong and non-scientific. So, I mean, that's you needed to get that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Can you please tweet
sure.
Boris right now? Can you just, you know?
I think he had a change of heart.
Yeah, no, it's a very different situation now, yeah.
I want to talk about South Africa because I was speaking about this in the news as well. Only 23% of South Africans are vaccinated. Right? So then what is the purpose of the booster shot? Does this come into play now with only 23% of our people be vaccinated?
You are absolutely correct. You know, there's the role of the booster in a first world country is probably more important than what a booster means for South Africa. We need to make sure that people get the first jab in their arm rather than booster shots. And the reason in our context for people to use boosters are for those individuals who have weak immune system, people living with HIV, advanced disease with low CD4 counts, people with AIDS, and there's not a lot of them, people living with cancer, people receiving chemotherapy, and also people that are undergoing bone marrow and organ transplants. And under those conditions, a booster, or rather call it an additional dose, is of absolute value. But in the South African context, the important thing is to get the first dose in the arms of people.
Let's just bring that number up. I think it's an indictment that we are sitting so low at that point.
Yeah, sad actually.
Yeah, and it felt like we had built some momentum, and it felt like young people especially were embracing it.
And you know what worries me is certain days we are performing more COVID tests than what we actually administer vaccines.
Wow.
But why are we seeing a decline in this?
It's very sad, and I think people are standing on the sideline looking in, and they are seeing what is happening, and they would like to justify their hesitancy. For instance, now because we have Omicron, which is massively transmittable. But the type of disease that we see is actually not that bad because our hospitals are by no means under pressure. Our ICUs are not filled up in the same way as it was with the third wave. So suddenly those individuals justify the choice why they are not vaccinated yet. And the big thing is you might be lucky, but you know the dice at one stage will fall against...
You're playing Russian roulette, and that's the way that it is, man. Just get vaccinated. As much as I believe in free choice, and that we all have a right to be able to choose, in some instances, we've got to put the collective ahead of ourselves, and ultimately even our own health in this sense. So please, get vaccinated and wear a mask. We're going to pose some of your questions to the doctor in just a moment.
Well, when it comes to deep breathing, it is very important. It can help you restore your diaphragm function and increase lung capacity. And these exercises can also lessen feeling fatigue, feeling anxious, feeling stressed out, which is very common for someone who experienced severe symptoms of COVID-19. So, for example, your sleep quality may even improve with these breathing exercises. And that is why we have asked the one and only yoga instructor in Cape Town, Tamlin Sullivan, to show us exactly these incredible exercises that we can do first thing in the morning, perhaps when we have a gap during the day and at night. And I'm very excited about this because I've realized the minute you just bring your breathing under control, it calms your heart rate, it quiets down your mind. And I'm very excited that you're able to just help us through some different ones.
Sure, absolutely. Tapping into your breath is your one superpower, really, and most powerful tool into bringing yourself into a state of calm. And it also allows us, when we take a breath and we're aware of our breath, it allows us to take a moment to respond as opposed to just reacting when we're stressed or rushing.
Okay.
So that's something important to remember.
So we're starting off with the first one.
I'll take us through 2 breath exercises just to settle into our seat. However you find a comfortable seat, you can always sit on a cushion or a block. Lengthening your spine, drawing the shoulders back. If you wish to close your eyes, you can. Take a full inhale from low down in the belly, breathing in all the way up. Sigh it out, you can make it audible. Releasing any stale air. Fill up again, completely lengthen. Sigh it out. You can take as many of those as you need to settle into your practice. Just noticing the air coming in and going out. I'll take us through a breath technique called nadi breathing, which is known as its alternate nostril breathing, and it's known as purifying breath.
Okay.
So it really balances left and right side of the brain. Sometimes we're really busy in our thinking mind, not tapping into maybe the creative side. So what you do is you take your index finger and your middle finger and you place it to the third eye, and then you have your thumb and ring finger just ready to block each nostril.
Okay.
So you block the left nostril with your ring finger, inhale through the right through the right nostril, close the right nostril, exhale through the left. All the way out, good. Inhale through the left, close left nostril, 1 moment, exhale through the right. Inhale right slowly in.
This is so different.
Close the right, exhale left. I'm slowly going to count you in. Inhale for 3 through the left. 1, 2, 3. Close, pause. Exhale through the other nostril. 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, close and hold, exhale left. 3, 2, 1. We'll do 3 more rounds.
So that's something you can do continuously. How often, how long should we be doing that?
So you could do 3 rounds of, say, 10 breaths in and out through each side, and it's something that really calms anxiety. If you're feeling slightly panicked before a presentation or a meeting of work or something emotional going on, you can always just pop to the bathroom, take 2 minutes, even if you just do 1 round.
Okay.
So that's a game changer in settling left brain, right brain, and just finding calm.
So naturally, if we had more time, we would have done 3 rounds of that. But you said there were 2 you're going to show us. So that was the one. And the second one, if you can quickly show us.
The next one is a power breath. You can come into, if it is comfortable for you, just sit on your shins. I'll face you. You can always use a cushion. If that's not comfortable for you to sit for a while, I'm going to release my cushion or a block or a book. You stack your shoulders above your hips so that your spine is long, opening all the channels. We're going to breathe in to reach the arms up and exhale to release the arms alongside the ribs. So you focus on the exhale. You inhale to fill up completely. Push all the air out with your exhale. And we speed it up. Breathe in. Inhale. Force the air out. 5 more.
Incredible.
4, 3, 2, 1. To settle and feel the sensations, you can take your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly, and just notice the increased heartbeat. You've had the blood flow increase.
The heart rate
really,
is up there.
Yeah, it really gets you going, like light switches on in your mind.
Well, Tamlin, we can be doing this for the whole morning. Thank you so much. If people can stay up to date with you, I'm pretty sure throughout the festive you'll be doing your own workouts and videos and some breathing techniques. Cape Town Yoga Girl on Instagram. There we go. Tamlin Sullivan showing us how to do some great breathing exercises, especially if you're feeling stressed and anxious, or perhaps you're one of the COVID-19 survivors and you need a little bit of breathing exercises.
Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're still live with Expresso. A few moments left to unpack this really interesting issue this morning. We've been spending the morning unpacking the latest developments regarding the coronavirus and Omicron with our medical expert this morning, Dr. Emil Reed. Time now to turn to our socials to find out if there are any questions from your guys' side.
There's a lot that has been coming through.
We've got 3 minutes. Let's do it.
The first one came through from Jeanette. It says, if you had COVID and subsequently both jabs, what is your immunity percentage and for how long is a booster necessary?
Okay.
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
I think, Jeanette, the one important thing is when you had COVID, you obviously have antibodies, and that usually lasts around about 5 to 6 months. So if you get the jab, it's already like the second Pfizer injection. And when you get the second Pfizer dose, it already serves as a booster to you. And on the note of how long it lasts, we currently don't know, but it will probably be round about 3 years.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, Jeanette, we hope that we answer that question for you. We have another one from Nashali. Nashali says, how soon can it be detected after contact? What is the best treatment if you have COVID and the vitamins and antibiotics? What should one use or do?
Okay. the most important thing is prevention is better than cure. And I know people, once they get diagnosed with COVID, they actually go to the pharmacy and they get bottles of vitamins and minerals and garlic and
Zinc,
all of that.
zinc.
And that is fantastic, but it is more a prevention strategy as opposed to a treatment strategy.
Strengthen the immune system.
So if one look at treatment, currently it's just symptomatic, and there are certain hospitals like the hospital that I work at where we actually have more complicated treatment for those people that are extremely ill, including certain antivirals. And many of you probably read about the oral antiviral treatment that is going to hopefully be available soon, almost like Tamiflu for influenza. And how it's going to work is that by the time you develop symptoms, you start treatment. Take a 5-day course of these antivirals, and the chances of you ending up in hospital is reduced by 90%.
Wow.
And on the question, how soon can you test after you had contact with somebody who is positive? And usually we advise that you get your first test round about 3 to 5 days after an intimate contact. So somebody that's been in your space, in your environment, close to you, less than 1.5 meters as well. And in South Africa, the reason why the numbers that we see on a daily basis is an underestimate, probably only about 10% of people who are actually walking around with COVID. And the reason for that is many people that are symptomatic, those are the people that we test, and we don't test everybody on a routine basis.
Doc, you've been amazing this morning. Thanks for playing a little bit of fun and games with us as well, but we have covered so much ground. Thank you as well to you at home for some amazing questions today. Once again, we reiterate, please go and get vaccinated. It's the best way to protect everybody, and keep your mask on.
Well, it has been a medical-heavy show as well as a cooking-heavy show, so we're about to light up your festive mornings with our delectable raspberry and coconut bars. Now, they are great as a festive snack at the table, but the best way to really enjoy it is with a generous serving of Clover Classic custard. Now, I need the G-Man to enter the kitchen and come and help me with this recipe, because this is going to be changing the way we view mornings, especially around the festive table.
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Oh, this is exciting.
So we're going to start off by just steeping our raspberries. So I have got our raspberries. We're going to add a little bit of honey, if you can do that for me. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of our sugar over it.
Oh, wow.
And we're just going to leave that for a little bit.
Okay.
They said about half of that.
Let it infuse.
There we go. So you can give that a good mix for us. In front of me, I have flour, some coconut,
nummy,
some baking powder. We have got our chocolate chips, white ones.
Oh, lovely.
Adding in.
I think the raspberry white chocolate flavor combo is magic.
It is magic. So well. Yes, I agree with you. So here I've got our eggs that I'm just going to give a quick little break. Going to add, maybe I should add our sugar first, hey? All the dry ingredients. There we go.
There we go.
Then I'm going to add our egg.
Cool.
A little bit of yogurt. And a bit of oil and vanilla essence. And those are our wet ingredients that just gets mixed together.
Beautiful.
So in front of you, G-Man, you have our topping. You have got some coconut, a little bit of egg white.
Coconut.
Yes.
Am I mixing this all together?
Mix it all together as well as our white chocolate chips.
Oh, yum.
Some at the end. Not a lot, just
a few. There we go. And a little bit of sugar. Oh, this is lovely. This is decadent. This is like real comfort vibe foods for me.
There we go.
Yummy.
Is baking something Jack has gotten into?
Yeah, I mean, during the first hard lockdown, because we couldn't buy any presents for each other, like Mother's Day and Father's Day and birthdays, we just baked. We baked the most amazing things, disastrous cakes initially. I baked his cake for his 3rd birthday with the dinosaur thing on it. It looked terrible, but we loved it.
Sweet.
And he's really gotten into it. What I enjoy about it is it's an exercise in learning patience, not just for them, I suppose, for us as well, but because you've got to put in the work, then you've got to wait.
You've got to wait.
And you've got to wait. But then the best part is you get to enjoy the fruits of your labours because you get a beautiful end result. And that sense of achievement, I think that's something I really love. I can't wait to bake with my little man.
Oh, I can just imagine. You must be so excited to be reunited with him.
Oh,
and I'm going to
wait.
add our raspberries in.
This is looking like the kind of dough that you would eat the whole thing, I think you would chow that whole bowl.
Just folding it in gently.
Oh.
And that's really going to
Beautiful.
infuse the flavor within our batter. And then we simply pop it into our dish that's been prepared. I'm going to ask you to scoop it. I'll hold the bowl.
Okay, and I will scoop it out.
Always a little bit of a tricky one, trying to do it one-handed.
Oh, this is beautiful. You're going to get those little juicy pockets.
You're going to pop it into the oven that's preheated at 180 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes.
There we go. I'll leave you some to lick the bowl. Oops.
There you go. This is for me.
Okay.
And
then
you can put some of your toppings that you've made on top.
Oh, yeah, you can
Look
put
at
that there. Get this as liberal as I can. Oh, my
I don't know
goodness.
about you, but festive season, you know, for breakfast, for snack time, you look for a reason, an excuse to really just indulge.
Yeah, completely. And I know you made me keep chocolate aside. Was that just for you to eat?
Oh, I was just thinking of just sprinkling a little bit more on top.
Yeah,
I
I think
love
that
white
is
chocolate as much as I
special.
do.
Oh, and this is going to caramelize and just all be amazing and awesome. Look at that. Look what we made.
So now we've made our raspberry and white chocolate squares. You can break it up like that, and then the hero, you serve it with your Clover Classic custard.
You've got to have that counterbalance. All the textural differences are going to be absolutely beautiful. I love it. And with the festive season upon us, you'll be happy to know about the exciting Secret Santa search that Clover is currently running right now. So visit clover.co.za/Secret Santa for all of the details. And when you purchase a promotional 1 kilogram pack of Clover Classic custard, you'll receive 1 of 5 Christmas tree decorations on that pack. And they are gorgeous. You can take a look at them there. So try to collect them all if you can and glam up those Christmas trees. I love it. Have you had a taste?
I've had a taste of the batter, but I feel like this needs to be enjoyed.
I think it needs to be in your mouth. That's absolutely amazing. Go for it.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Hungry?
With bags. My dad has a certain way of doing things.
Dad,
400 by die werk.
Our Monati connects the family with unlimited home fiber from $3.99 per month.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm a little heartbroken that we've only got one more performance. We're back on the Expresso stage with the rising Zimbabwean Afro-fusion musician Ken Wamambo. He's taking over our studio one last time with a performance of his track, Pakutanga. Take it away, my brother.
Ndakakuda kubva pakutanga zvorudo rwange wezvakagarirwa dari kudenga we ndakakuda iwewewe kubva pakutanga zvorudo rwange wezvakagarirwa dari kudenga wewe teyanzeve iwewe ndinoda uzive ndiwe mbabvu yangu ndiwe unondimundira handimbofuratira kaseveseve kemoyo wangu iwe chandinokuvimbisa kukuda tamara iwe neni tapatsana nerufu chandinokuvimbisa kukuda tamara iwe neni tapatsana nerufu tamara iwe neni tapatsana nerufu tamara iwe neni tapatsana nerufu kwese kwauchaenda ndoda kuenda newe zvese zvauchareva ndichateadzera kuti ndine masimba ndaikuvimbisa zuva asi zvandisina mwoyo wangu ndokupa ndiwe unondimbundira andimbofuratira kaseveseve kemwoyo wangu ndiwe unondimbundira andimbofuratira kaseveseve kemoyo wangu iwe chandinokuvimbisa kukuda tamara iwe neni tapatsana nerufu chandinokuvimbisa kukuda tamara iwe neni tapatsana tamara iwe neni tapatsana tamara iwe neni tapatsana nerufu we will fly so high like the beautiful birds in the sky forever you and I we will fly so high like the beautiful birds in the sky forever you and I
Beautiful. Oh, man, I get it, man. With or without the guitar, you still connect with the soul, man, with the spirit. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Some beautiful performances. I know with Speedy in your corner, you're going to go to the stratosphere and beyond, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget us little people when you get there, please. Okay.
Come on, I won't forget me.
All the tracks you have heard today available for download, so get on there, check this guy out, support him, support local music, support music that is being birthed on this continent because it's going to take over the globe. Ken, thank you so much, my brother.
Ken Wamamba, oh, he is such an amazing person. Thank you so much for blessing us with your vocals this morning. Also to Dr. Emil Reed, who came through answering all your questions with regards to the Omicron variant. Get vaccinated, stay safe, and remember to wear a mask.
Definitely. I don't know about you guys, but I feel so inspired to now host my very first Christmas with all those delicious meals we made in the kitchen.
Did he?
I did. I think my lipstick's gone.
Oh, we love
I had cake for breakfast.
And that's perfectly fine. You can eat cake for breakfast until the end of the year. Please stay safe and look after yourselves. We're going to continue remembering some of the highlights from this past year as we move through this festive period. Most important thing, don't ever forget
Until
how
Christmas.
much we love you. Mwah. Adios.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Friends are in town, families coming around. Here's to festive celebrations made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
Bulls, bacon, beer.
You should have proved yourself.
Me?
Yeah.